Hello and welcome to Week 8 of the 2024 Evart Wildcats football season, where tonight we have Highland Conference action as the 4-3 Evart Wildcats come back home for the final time during this regular season as they welcome the 4-3 Houghton Lake Bobcats. I'm Jackson Houghton, the voice of the Wildcats, and I'm excited to bring you another presentation of Evart football here this evening on B1039. Well, looking back at last week's affair with their matchup against the conference leader, undefeated McBain, the Wildcats had looked completely different than they had a week earlier, coming out and forcing an instant 3-and-out before being the first ones to find the end zone after a long and meticulous drive to eat up most of the first quarter to take an early lead. The Ramblers attacked quickly, however, but missed the extra point, therefore making the Wildcats maintain their lead. Wildcats added one more score before the halftime, and the Wildcats eventually went into the locker room ahead. Wildcats looked good coming out of the half until an interception late in the third quarter led to the Wildcats losing a lot of their momentum, where then McBain just eventually just went down and just kept eating up time and the yardage and ended up winning that game 36-29. Wildcats, though, did have a chance to tie it late in that game, but they were able to get it down within the 5-yard line, but just some miscommunication and some collapse on the offensive line, which you'll hear here shortly with our talking with Ben Bryant, led to a lot of the misfortunes and Evart coming up just short against the undefeated Ramblers. Well, earlier this week, I sat down with head coach of the Wildcats, Ben Bryant, to talk about their game last week against the Ramblers and about what they're doing to better prepare for the final remaining home games, as well as what they're going to do to get into the playoffs.
Thanks, as always, for taking the time to talk to me this week. Last week felt like it was a great game overall for you, and not only your boys, but as well from
you are a little bit
the
quiet.
Offense was finding the holes in McBain's defense. I mean, walk me through some of the things that you liked and you didn't like during the game. Because I mean,
yeah, a little bit. Like when there's an audio playing, I can't hear you very well.
Gotcha. Let me talk into this one. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Now that's better.
Okay. Yep, got to talk into the right mic here. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so 7:45 here now.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. That should be perfect because that's about what's left on this clock, and then I'll send us to break.
Okay, sounds good.
Unless there's a national anthem, then we'll sit there, and then we'll
I hear you.
Yeah.
Some
Good
of the
deal.
roles came, on kind of the defensive side of the ball there in the second half. They were able to really move the ball on us. They used their strength and just kind of outnumbered us on one side of the ball and kind of pounded on us. But then we had, a shot at the end of the game again to win it and fell just short.
Yeah, that was definitely that was definitely kind of a heartbreaker ending there. I mean, let's start there. That last play, what happened there? Was that the line looked like it just kind of collapsed there, but it just looked like Aiden didn't have a whole lot of time to round under his feet.
Well, it's not so much that the line collapsed as that they brought a bunch of pressure, and we knew they were going to do that, and we had a play planned to get the ball out quick over the middle, and unfortunately, the guy that we were kind of planning to throw it to that was kind of hidden in there behind our line slipped right immediately.
Oh, okay.
And so Aiden looked at him and kind of pumped and then went to go find his second option. And at that point, they had brought so much pressure that, he's scrambling around. And they did a nice job of extending the play, but couldn't really get his feet set underneath them to be able to get a ball into the end zone.
Yeah, there's a couple of plays during that game where I felt like, I don't know how much NFL you watch, but a couple weeks ago there was a play that Lamar Jackson I think he went about 30 yards backwards and defended off this giant defensive lineman. And I mean, watching that and then seeing what Aiden Anderson did a couple of times last Friday, it kind of reminded me of that. But let's go back to the second quarter. There was a point in that game. You guys, I think it was your second offensive possession. You guys had two really long offensive drives, which was good. It appeared that something wasn't going on. I think you guys were on the 1 or the 2 or something. You guys basically called 2 timeouts on back-to-back plays. Especially one of them, the play was already kind of starting to go in motion. Obviously, in the red zone, in a big game like that, you want to make sure you're making all the right choices. But what was this decision to call those 2 timeouts? I think it was earlier in the second quarter. To kill 2 timeouts and really get that play right. I mean, what did you see there that you didn't like, and What was the reasonings behind all that?
Well, you kind of hit it on the head. We knew that it's an important game, and we have a few times this season stalled out in the red zone, and I knew that we weren't going to be able to do that against McBain and be in a competitive game. So one of the timeouts we took was just to make sure that everybody was kind of on the same page and that we got, we lined up, got the defensive look that we wanted. And called the timeout so that we could have the play. And then the one before that, actually the play clock was running down. We didn't quite get the play call on time. We had a couple kids that were still moving, and it was getting right down to the last second or two of the play clock, so we called the timeout.
One of the things I felt like McBain did best last Friday night on defense, it was their secondary. I mean, they took a lot of the explosive plays that you guys have been able to get open all season long away. And
4 minutes.
Heading into these last two games, especially as you guys are still competing for a playoff spot,
10-4.
how do you make that adjustment in the secondary? Because even against Beale City, you guys were getting open, the throws just weren't made. When teams, do finally lock you guys down on, those receivers, because I don't think Lucas Johnson had a single touch all game. I mean, how do you guys try to make that adjustment when you go to those deep balls? Because it looked like you were really trying to get that deep ball going in halfway through the game there.
Yeah, we were, and we hit on a few. We still threw the ball very efficiently, but really what they were giving us is they were giving us a too high safety look with kind of man coverage underneath. And that's tough to throw the ball against. So we ran the ball in between the tackles a lot, and we ran that pretty effectively against them also. But that's what teams are going to do. They got to try to take away the explosive plays that we have. And as you saw watching the game, we had a chance on two or three others that we just missed on those opportunities that could have been realistically complete game changers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it was one halfway through the third. The one that I think ended up being an interception for McBain, but that was a 50-50 ball. I think if you guys catch that, I mean, we're having a completely different conversation right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you were really watching that play, we had two streak routes ran on that, and actually the other streak route that we didn't throw to was wide open. So we did miss an opportunity there, but it really ended up as a really, really long punt.
Yeah, arm punt.
Yes.
So, looking forward to this week, you guys play a Houghton Lake team that you guys haven't lost to since 2019. Now, there's a lot of distractions heading into this week's game with
2 minutes.
homecoming, senior night,
10-4.
and it being the last regular season game. How do you combat this week compared to others, especially with, as I've already mentioned, the playoffs still being a main focus?
Well, a big part of that is having your kids buy into the fact that the reason homecoming happens is because of the football game. And they've got to realize that football game comes first, and then you can go have fun afterwards at the dance and all of that. And I think that our senior guys right now know that, and we're pretty focused. We've had a pretty good first few days of practice this week, and I think things are heading in the right direction.
Yeah, and Houghton Lake is another team that likes to run the ball a lot, and the rushing defense has been an issue all season long. Not to highlight the worst things, but how do you take those? Because there was times where you guys forced 3-and-outs, and then there's times where they would be averaging what felt like 10 yards a play. How
All
do
right,
you
1
get
minute to
those,
you.
Those more consistent defensive stops, especially with the run? And I know Rodenbaugh is a different beast. I felt like he was the tallest person out on that field last week.
Yeah, he was, and every team has a different style running game than others. As you saw, Beale City's is a lot quicker hitting to the line of scrimmage than McBain's was, but McBain is a lot larger, and they've got that big quarterback that once he gets moving is awful
30
hard
seconds.
to stop. And Houghton Lake is kind of different than both of those teams. They've got a real solid runner, and I don't know, he's number 5. I don't know what his name is. But he's a really solid runner. But even, he's
15.
stylistically, he's not what those
And
other
10,
kids that we saw
9,
the last 2 weeks
8,
are. Not taking anything
7,
away from
6,
their team, but I think
5,
it's a little bit
4, 3,
better of a
2, and you're
matchup
up.
for us.
Thanks as always to Ben for taking the time to talk to us this week. Well, we're just minutes away from Week 8 kicking off here in Evart as the Wildcats look to get back in the win column and keep their postseason hopes alive. As for the Bobcats, the Bobcats as well as win their 5th straight. And for Houghton Lake, they're in a similar situation to Evart, 4-3, and looking to sneak back into the playoffs, but they're coming off back-to-back wins and trying to make it 3 in a row. We're going to take a quick 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll have opening kickoff. You're listening to Evart Wildcats football here on WBZX Big Rapids.
Neptune's Ice Cream Shop in downtown Everett carries premium
When we come back,
ice
it'll
cream
most likely be
with
national
indoor
anthem,
seating.
so we're
Choose
just
a
going to go
single
live to
flavor
that.
Or go wild
Good
for
deal.
their waffle nachos or flights
It's
with
just gonna
3
be my
to 5
crowd mic.
flavors of ice cream. They also offer
May not
mini
be possible
donuts,
not for the courageous
milkshakes,
Americans who are
and $5
serving
to $12 lunch
or who have
specials
served
with
our armed
wraps,
forces.
tacos, sliders,
Let us all honor
chili,
them
and
by standing
dogs.
facing the
Downtown
flag,
Everett,
removing our hats,
Neptune's Ice Cream Shop.
holding our right hand over our hearts for the playing of our national anthem,
Downtown Ina.
which is being played by the Everett Wildcat Band under the
I'll just
direction
come right back to you with that
of
account.
Michaela
It's
Warner.
time to prepare for all that snow with a new Boss snowplow for your truck or utility vehicle. You'll be ready to restore order to your driveway or parking lot with a new Michigan-made Boss snowplow. Call us today at the Ina store. Cadillac here at Boss Plow Dealer for a great season deal. For hits.
Thank you.
Welcome back here on B1039 as we get ready for some Friday night football here in Everett, Michigan, as the Houghton Lake Bobcats and the Everett Wildcats getting ready to go. Wildcats right now in a bit of a slump, losers of two in a row, and for the Bobcats, they are pretty much the opposite. They've won 2 in a row, looking to make it 3 in a row and snap this 5-game losing streak that they are currently in the midst of against these Wildcats. But for the Bobcats, they're coming off a 36-6 victory against Lake City and a 52-43 victory against Roscommon. There are 2 losses in conference play coming against McBain and Beale City. Very similar to Everett, and of course Central Montcalm in not
The Bobcats are
conference
coached by
play.
Mr. Ryan
Homecoming
Surf.
night here in Everett. Wildcats will be in their all yellow uniforms. We haven't seen those at all this season, but yellow uniforms with the blue numbering, and of course the
On
winged
your
helmet.
feet.
For Houghton Lake, they are in the a little bit of a lighter green, kind of like a New York Jets green, with the white jerseys and the green numbering with the black helmets. And packed house here at the Osceola Fairgrounds, one of the bigger crowds we've seen all year, with the exception of the Beale City game. And for the Wildcats, taking a look at some postseason play right now. Well, let's start at the conference leaders. McBain leads the Highland Conference 6-0, 7-0 overall. Beale City 5-1 in conference play with a 6-1 overall record. Houghton Lake in 3rd place at 4-2 with 4-3 in overall. Everett right behind Houghton Lake, so they'll move into a tie if Everett wins tonight. Lake City 1-5 in conference play. Manton 2-4, and Pine River 3-3 with Roscommon 0-6 with their only win being in non-conference action. And it's looking like Houghton Lake will be receiving the ball to open up the game here. It'll be Kane Graham back deep to receive. He will be right now currently camping right around the 5-yard line near the goal line. Dryson Dershide will be kicking it off here. Dershide, the left-footed kicker, he's got a leg on him, but we saw last week they didn't do a normal traditional kickoff at all last week. You saw them do a lot of squib kicks up the middle, and that has a lot to do with their struggles on special teams and their ability to get the players down on the kick return. They let up a handful of kick sixes. That means they received the ball, and they ran it all the way back to the house. So 12 minutes on the scoreboard. Fresh game ready to go here in Everett, Michigan. Grayson Derscheid lining up here for the kick. Again, Kane Graham, the senior, ready to go. And the squib kick is down the right side, takes a nice little bounce, bounces inside, right in front of the Houghton Lake sideline, picked up right around the 20. Kane Graham bounced it around and eventually pushed out of bounds just in front of the 30-yard line. And that's where the Bobcats will set up shop for their first offensive drive of the evening. Right around the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. We're going to get a first look at this defense who had nothing but struggles a week ago against the Ramblers of McBain. Rodin Ball, the running back slash quarterback there in McBain, just standing in at 6'4", the tallest man out on that field, and just towered and just plowed over everybody. He was averaging at least 10 yards a game. All right, a carry in that game. So we're lined up here. Houghton snaps the ball, and they toss it out to the left, and he's swallowed up, pushed out of bounds right in front of the 30-yard line, picked up maybe about 2 yards.
Correction, that was number 5, Graham, the ball carrier.
Kane Graham on the carry there.
Number 5, Grayson Derscheid on the tackle.
Looks like Colin Hamp is in at the quarterback position here, the sophomore. There was a little bit confusion as to who would be starting the game in that position. Hamp under center, snaps the ball. He'll hand it off to his fullback, who runs it up the middle, bounces out to the left side, picks up an extra few more yards, falls just short of the first down marker. And so it's going to be 3rd and inches here at the, they're going to mark them at the 39-yard line.
Anderson comes in to make the tackle.
Aiden Anderson, the two-way star player here for Evart, coming up for the tackle. Second week in a row that we've seen third week rather, with more of a spread look type of offense here. And from the shotgun, snaps it, runs it towards the right side, and looks like he got enough for the first down. Still pushing his way through across midfield. Still not down, and it finally brought down at the 50 on top of the Evart logo. And what a push from this Houghton Lake offensive line. Kane Graham on the carry there. And it looked like he was going to pick up just enough to get the first down marker, but he was not down. The offensive line came in and just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. So the new 1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. We're going right to left, just to put that image in your head to start. Colin Hamp in the shotgun, Kane Graham in the backfield right to his right. Hands it off to Graham. Graham runs it an end around toward the left side and gets met near the 50-yard line and is brought down eventually at the 48. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 here on the other 48. Should be 2nd and 8 here. 2nd and 7.
They flag on the near side of the field.
Some flag down though.
They go against the Wildcats. A face mask.
And not what the Wildcats needed here. After all their defensive struggles, they were pretty clean in terms of penalties last week, but giving up a costly 15-yard face mask penalty there. So the ball will move all the way down to the 32-yard line, where the Bobcats, Colin Hamp in the backfield all by himself, 2 wide receivers on each side. Colin Hamp motions his receiver left to right. Hamp keeps it, runs it up the middle, moves out to his left, and gets met. Ball comes loose. Evart recovers it. And what a big hit on Colin Hamp. And it's Wildcats football here with 9:26 to go here in the first quarter. And Colin Hamp is down. And it looked like he ran into a wall on that play. Well, the Bobcats right now already dealing with some quarterback issues. Sean Scotchalis has been battling an injury, and so Colin Hamp has been the main guy. So I guess on the bright side of this for Houghton Lake, he gets to come off the field for a little bit. And now we get to see Evart and what they get going here. No turnovers for this Evart defense last week. So a big play here on that first offensive drive for Houghton Lake. 9:26 here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Evart going left to right on the field. All yellow uniforms for the Wildcats here tonight. And Aiden Anderson coming onto the field for his first offensive drive. And not a bad game for Anderson last week. We'll talk more about that coming up. Aiden Anderson will start this first play of the game for the offense, the Wildcat offense, all by himself. 2 wide receivers on each side, motioning his wide receiver right to left. He'll hand it off to that receiver. It's a triple fake, and they're going to throw it deep. Wide open, Lucas Johnson reels it in. What a big catch on the first play of the game. They dialed up a trick play for their first offensive play, and that ball was a drop in the bucket. Lucas Johnson laying out for it, but unfortunately, a flag on the play is going to bring back that Sports Center quality top 10 play all the way back. And man, oh man. Well, it's bound to get chilly here tonight at the fairgrounds, so that got everybody warmed up just for a little bit. Maybe Evart can find something else to keep that rolling. So it'll be will continue to be 1st and 15, this time at the 33-yard line. Aiden Anderson in the backfield. Cameron Swales back there with him. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 out to the left. Anderson snaps the ball, fakes it off to Swales. Anderson keeps it, runs it up the middle, across the 40, and down at the 45. And picks up about 13 yards on the play, so it should be about 2nd and 2 here at the 44 officially. 8:40 to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 3 officially as well.
Bring up 2nd down and 3.
Anderson in the shotgun. Cameron Swales out to his left. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 out to his left. He hands it off to Swales, who runs it down to the right side. Cuts into the left and is pushing his way across the first down marker. And is brought down at the 48. 49 correction, just in front of the 50-yard line. It'll be a fresh set of downs here for the Wildcats. 8:15 to go here in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard. Aiden Anderson in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers on each side. Lucas Johnson on the far right side. Anderson snaps the ball. He's looking right, throws right. That's Lucas Johnson. Lucas Johnson making a couple defenders miss and tries to juke him out, but eventually gets brought out of bounds at the 35. And that'll be another 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats as they continue to move the ball here in the first quarter. Catch you up on the first offensive drive for Houghton Lake. They had a big face mask penalty called on Evart, and then it was a fumble recovery for Evart. That got us to the first possession of the game. Anderson in the shotgun, Swales to his right. 2 wide receivers on each side, and then some flags. A right receiving core looking like they jumped. That was Brendan Magnuson and Lucas Johnson on the play. That jumped a little too early. Felt like they got away with it the play previously, so I'll move them back 5 yards. 1st and 15 now at the 41-yard line. 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. A lot of action happening in the first half of this first quarter. Anderson in the shotgun, Swales back there with him. 2 receivers on each side. Anderson snaps the ball, looking right, throws right. That's Lucas Johnson. He puts his head down and picks up a couple of yards on the play and divides that distance to the first down marker in about half, and got across the 30, so should be 2nd and
Wildcats pick up 13 yards.
About 2, 3. At the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. Under 7 to go. Anderson all by himself in the backfield, 2 wide receivers on each side. He motions Johnson right to left. And he'll fake it off to Johnson. Anderson keeps it, runs it up the middle, cuts to his right, evades a couple defenders, and eventually brought down across the 20-yard line. And that'll be another first down and 10 for the Wildcats. And the Wildcats, this is more like the offense that we've seen in the first half of the season, where they continuously move the ball right down the field. This is kind of what it felt like with what McBain was doing last week to their defense. Anderson in the shotgun once again. Cameron Swales back there with him. Two receivers on the right, one out to the left. Anderson snaps the ball, hands it off to Swales, runs it out to the right side, down the right sideline, across the 15, and down officially at about the 14. They're going to mark him at the 15.
Tyler Bailey picks up 3 yards, brings up 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 now with 6 to go in the first. Still zeros for each team. Very eventful first quarter. Some highs, some lows. One wide receiver out to the right for Aiden Anderson, 2 out to the left. Swales to his left as well. Anderson snaps the ball, hands it off to Swales, who runs it up the middle. He's got a wide open lane and stays on his feet, but they call him down.
Inside the 5-yard line, first down Wildcats.
Shoulder went right into the hip of Cameron Swales, but they blew the whistle as soon as that happened. Interesting call there by the officiating crew, and so they're going to mark him down at the 4-yard line, looks like. So 1st and goal now for the Wildcats as they are threatening to put that scoreboard operator to work here to start this game. Aiden Anderson in the shotgun, Swales to his left, motions Brendan Magnuson right to left. He goes behind Anderson and hands it off to Swales, who is met at the line of scrimmage. Bobcats sniffed that one out from the get-go. And it'll be 2nd and goal, still at the 4-yard line. 5 to go here in the first. That was pretty much the first play all drive that the Wildcats have been stuffed out. Bryson Derscheid joins Aiden Anderson in the backfield. Kind of your bigger set look. Anderson rolls out to his right, trying to break around the goal line, dives for the pylon, but falls just short, pushed out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and goal here for the Wildcats as they try to push their way across the end zone. We've seen that similar play a lot over the last few weeks, especially against these bigger teams. They'll bring Bryson Derscheid in. Derscheid will act as a blocker, and Anderson will follow him right behind for most of the play. So now it looks like Derscheid will go back to his normal spot out in the left flat. Cameron Swales is now back in the backfield with Aiden Anderson. 3rd and goal at the 2. Anderson snaps the ball. He fakes it, runs it, and breaks across the goal line in for a touchdown. Wildcats on top 6-0. So on the 3rd try here in the red zone, the Wildcats finally break across the line. 6-0 here in the first quarter with 3:50 remaining. And Derscheid will come on for the extra point attempt. They've been running a lot of 2-point conversions over the last few weeks, so Derscheid hasn't been needed in terms of kicking. Kicked a couple last week, was perfect. Ball is snapped, ball is down, kick is up, kick is good. And the Wildcats extend their lead 7-0 here in the first quarter. 3:50 remaining. We'll take a 60-second timeout ourselves. You listen to Everett Wildcats football here on B1039.
Stop in to Northland Area Federal Credit Union and clear for 16 or any of their 17 branches in northern Michigan. Find great rates.
Jen says tell you sounded great.
While banks merge more often than
Say that again?
Jen says to tell you sounded great.
Well, thank you, Jen.
And you are. Great mix between the crowd mic and your mic, so we'll keep it that way.
Perfect. I'm glad we found the right settings over the last couple of weeks.
By the NCUA.
I just had to find the sweet spot.
And I'm
All
Lauren.
right, 30 seconds.
And we're with Big Rapids Roofing.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that I
Roofing
didn't know my
meets
soundboards
community.
quite fully, so that's all right.
Be prepared for winter.
You
Don't wait
warmed
until it's
into
too
it
late.
very well,
Call
so
us
it's good.
today to book
Yeah.
your free estimate appointment.
Whether it's roofing,
Okay, 15
siding,
back to you.
windows, doors, or gutters, Big Rapids Roofing has got you covered.
Call us today at 231-629-8088.
Again, don't wait. Call us today at 231-629-8088.
3:50 to go here in the first quarter. Everett leads at 7-0. Dryson Derscheid lines up for the kickoff, and down and away it goes. A little bit of a squib kick picked up in front of the 25-yard line. It is picked up, and he is around the horse collar, brought out of bounds at about the 28-yard line.
Out of bounds by number 16, Cade Morgan.
And it looks like it was Kane Graham on the return. So here we go. Are we going to see Colin Hamp after that fumble, after he met a brick wall is what it felt like, and what was the Wildcats defense, where the ball popped loose. And it is Colin Hamp back out there on the field.
First and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Kane Graham in the backfield with Colin Hamp. Tyler Bailey out left as the receiver. They're going to go two receivers out to the left, one out to the right. Colin Hamp snaps the ball. He'll hand it off to Graham, who runs towards the right side. Still on his feet, running, pushing out to the outside. Stiff arms a defender, and is whipped to the ground at the 45. A nice pickup of about 15 on the first play of their second offensive drive.
Brought down by number 7, Lucas Johnson.
They're trying to even this score here
15 yards
in the first
first
quarter.
Down.
Again, if you remember, they were moving the ball decently well. They had him third and short. Then a face mask call moved him down the field. And on the first play after the face mask penalty, Hamp in the shotgun, motions his receiver right to left. Hamp keeps it himself, runs to the right side, is met by the defensive line, who is pushed back to the original line of scrimmage, and shouldn't be a pickup of anything, so should be 2nd and 10 here at the 45. Going back to my original point, on the first play after that face mask penalty, Hamp rolled out to the left and then tucked it and ran and was met at the line of scrimmage where the ball just popped out. Wildcats picked it up, first play of their drive. They did a little trick play. They had it good, but a penalty brought them back as well. 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. Hamp with Graham in the backfield with him. Hands it off to Graham, who runs an end around the left side and is tripped up at the 45, picked up a couple extra yards following that. And it'll be another fresh set of downs for the Bobcats.
Down by number 5, Grayson Derscheid.
Clock will stop momentarily as the chains reset. 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. And this rushing defense continuing to struggle for the Wildcats here this season. That has been the glaring issue with this team. Going forward, if they want to make any sort of postseason run, they're going to have to try to figure out how to stop the run, or at least slow it down. Hamp in the backfield, Graham right to the right of him. Motions his tight end left to right. Graham rolls out to the right, and it's picked off across the 45-50 and brought to the ground at the 45. They brought in Sean Scotchulis for his first play at the quarterback. He rolled out to the right, and it was instantly picked off by Noah Vanderlyn, who picked up a couple, about 10 yards afterwards. Back-to-back offensive drives for the Bobcats lead to turnovers, and the Wildcats now will start in plus territory. Bobcat territory. They'll set up shop at 1st and 10 at the 45. 54 to go here in the first quarter. Wildcats haven't even had to do anything in terms of kickoff. Anderson in the backfield, swales out to his left. Two wide receivers out to the right, one out to the left. Anderson snaps the ball, looks to the left, and that ball is not picked. It's a flip. He's running down the left sideline, 10-5, touchdown, Wildcats!
The Wildcat hook and ladder goes Vanderlyn, the dirt guide. Touchdown, Wildcat!
Anderson looking to his left, threw it to Derscheid, who got met, flipped it to Vanderlyn, and Vanderlyn took off for a 45-yard to-the-house touchdown. And the Wildcats host a 13-0 lead here with 1:41 to go in the first quarter. Whew. I barely catch my breath this time of year. Specifically this game, this offense feeling like they need to let loose after what has been a struggle of the last couple of weeks. This defense maybe not coming alive in terms of stopping the rush, but coming alive and forcing turnovers, and it's worked in their benefit. So the Wildcats are going to stay on the field for the 2-point attempt. The officials calling an official timeout here. We'll talk it over and wonder if they're going to discuss if Noah Vanderlyn stepped out of bounds or not. I think he did, because right now it says 1st and goal at the 2. Yes, he did. So that touchdown not counting. And Aiden Anderson, the officials calling another official timeout.
And so we are 1st and goal.
So still 7-0. A couple of big plays tonight being turned back. That's okay, though. They're at the 1-yard line here. 1st and goal. Aiden Anderson snaps the ball and fakes it off to Swales. Anderson's going to just skip into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. 13-0. Everett leads it with 1:26 to go. Man, the big plays, big explosive plays have been really working for Everett here tonight. First, you got to go to the triple option play where they had a wide open Lucas Johnson down the Houghton Lake sideline. That was thrown by Noah Vanderlyn, and that fell just short. So here's Bryson Derscheid on for the extra point kick. Ball is snapped. Ball is fumbled. Anderson's going to have to turn this into something, and Anderson gets ripped to the ground. It looks like by his face mask, but no flag on the play, so the extra point attempt is no good. Score will stay at 13-0 with 1:26 to go in the first quarter. I'm going to catch my breath, and so are you. We're going to take a 60-second break. You're listening to Everett Wildcats football here on B1039.
Yep, I bet they could do that. RCB Contracting.
Okay, clear for 60.
From septic systems to professional excavating services, both residential and commercial, contracting is dependable. RCB Contracting supports local Everett athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats the best of luck in tonight's game. Teamwork makes the dream work. Call 231-846-0800. RCB Contracting, your excavating pros and winter plow experts.
At AJ's Event Center in Everett. Swing in for top-notch bowling lanes and
Don't miss the chance to get those 50-50 tickets, one for $1,
15, stand by.
Plus indulge
An
in
arm's length for
all-you-can-eat fish
$20.
on Fridays and Saturdays. Located just
10,
2 miles west
9,
of Everett on US
8,
10. Find us
7,
on Facebook for
6,
all the latest updates
5,
and specials.
4,
Make every
3, and
moment
you're up.
unforgettable at AJ's Event Center.
Welcome back here on B1039. Everett Wildcats lead it 13-0 over the Houghton Lake Bobcats. 1:26 to go here in the first quarter. Wildcats lining up for their 3rd kickoff of the night. Bryson Derscheid will do the honors. It has been an eventful night here at Osceola Fairgrounds. Wildcats have done explosive play after explosive play all night long. Here we go. A little bit of a trickery here. Onside kick here for the Wildcats. Can they come up with it? And it looks like they do. Wildcats recover the onside kick. And they'll start up shop at the 45-yard line. Man, oh man, there is no need for the onside kick there, but when you're up as much as you are this early in the game, it doesn't hurt to work on things. Typically, you might see something like this later on in the game. We saw this in Manton a few weeks ago, but a little bit of a trickery there by Ben Bryant. He's doing some nice play calling here tonight. Aiden Anderson in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Cameron Swales is back there with him. Lucas Johnson all by himself out by the Houghton Lake sideline. And one wide receiver out to the left. Timeout comes in by Houghton Lake. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 1:25 to go here in the first quarter. Everett leads it 13-0 with the ball at the 45. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to B1039.
Your friends at Lang Mechanical join all
Sorry, I
of
gotta
us
catch
in
my
hoping
breath
for an
still.
Everett football
Yep,
victory.
clear
If
for
you want
60
your
here.
heating and cooling system to be a winner all year long, get in touch with Lang Mechanical, day or night. 231-388-0632. And go Wildcats!
Happiness is ice cream. And I
Okay,
know
30.
happiness. So it only makes sense that the Evart Dairy Whip is Everett's happy place. No soft serve? Come be happy. Prefer a hand-dipped Sunday wizard? It's happy. Plus hamburger, salad,
15, stand by.
dogs, topped with national chili. Need a dose of happy?
And
Come
10,
to the Everett
9,
Dairy Whip and
8,
with a smile.
7,
Open 10 till
6,
9 all week.
5,
7th Street,
4,
Everett. Happy to
3,
support the
2,
Wildcats.
1, and you're up.
Welcome back here on B1039. 1:25 to go here in the first quarter. Everett leads at 13-0. They just recovered an onside kick following their touchdown, so they'll set up shop at the 45-yard line. Anderson in the backfield. Cameron Swales out to his right. Lucas Johnson out in the right flat. Anderson snaps it, hands it off to Swales, who's running it up the middle and plows his way to about 8 or 9 yard gain. And they're really having the run working for them here tonight. Working beautifully here. Some nights the run works really well, other nights not so much. Anderson in the shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on each side, Swales to his left. Anderson snaps the ball. He's looking right, scrambling out to the right, throws it deep over the middle. Brendan Magnuson is there with the catch and is brought down at the 7-yard line. A beautiful spiral by Aiden Anderson to Brendan Magnuson. 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Man, oh man. This offense has looked explosive on a night where they need to pull out a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Anderson in that backfield again. He snaps the ball. He's rolling out to his left, finds a hole, cuts in, and tries to push his way through. Picks up maybe about 2 or 3 yards on the play. Down at about the 4-yard line. Clock ticking at the 21-second mark here in the first quarter. 13-0, Everett leads it. This Houghton Lake defense has not been able to catch a break tonight. They have been going backwards all night long. And that is not a recipe for success. Well, the Everett Wildcats are going to take this to the end of the first quarter as they trot off the line. Man, oh man, what an eventful first quarter has it been. Filled with a bunch of trick and plays and explosive plays and onside kicks and you name it. It's been here tonight. Well, we're going to take another 60-second break. 13-0 for the Wildcats. You're listening to B1039.
Worth Landscaping, a second-generation business, has
All
been
right,
a
clear for
proud
60.
supporter of Everett Public Schools and all Everett athletics for more than 25 years. Worth Landscaping specializes in irrigation systems, landscape design, hardscapes, hydro seeding, lawn care, to commercial snow and ice removal in the winter. Contact Josh Worth at 231-349-5693 or Tyler Worth, 231-629-5150. It'll be worth the call. Worth Landscaping.
Your hometown. Family
And 30 back to you.
Company, QB Propane, would like to thank their customers for supporting them for several years. Sacrifice, resilience, and teamwork are all part of what makes tonight's Everett High School football game so exciting.
15.
Supporting local first is what QB Propane is known for. Propane by the tank or
10,
prompt service
9,
and delivery.
8,
Call QB
7,
Propane to find out
6,
more or to
5,
set up service.
4, 3, 2,
989-544-2188.
and you're up.
Welcome back here on B1039. Fresh 12 minutes on the clock with an Everett score of 13-0. And Everett threatening once again as they're within the 5-yard line to the goal line. Big game at hand tonight here at the Osceola Fairground. Talk about some of the stakes that are on the line here tonight. Aiden Anderson in the shotgun formation here to open up the second quarter. Cameron Swales in the backfield, motioning his wide receiver left to right and hands it off, fakes it. Anderson rolls out to the right and trips, backpedaling, and he's going to lose about 11 yards or so. So Anderson, they're going to rule in a sack, but he slipped. Clock's still ticking, and now they're really going to have to work. Kind of a, at least they're at a point in the game where it's okay to have those type of mistakes, but just hope to get it to the end zone a little bit quicker. So here we go. Aiden Anderson in that shotgun formation again. Swales in the backfield. Lucas Johnson out to his left. He's the only one out to his left. Looks like Brendan Magnuson and Noah Vanderlyn out to the right. Anderson snaps the ball, keeps it himself, running up the middle. He's got a wide open lane, drops his shoulder, and is whipped to the ground beyond the 5-yard line. So back to his original line of scrimmage. And now it's going to be 4th and goal.
Will face a 4th down and goal
at the 5 officially.
From the 5-yard line.
10:50 to go. We're moving right to left now after flipping fields. So Evart, decision time here. I would expect maybe a bit of a rollout from Aiden Anderson. See what he says or sees, surveys the field. That, or we've been seeing a lot of fade plays into the end zone. This would be a big stop for Houghton Lake in what has other been a disastrous first quarter. Anderson snaps the ball, fakes it off to Swales. Got his man on a slant, touchdown Wildcats. Bryson Derscheid makes it 20-0 here with 10:25 to go here in the first half. Derscheid kind of caught it by surprise, it felt like. Correction, 19-0. And Derscheid turned his head at the last second. The ball was right in his hands. That's what you call a good quarterback right there. So we'll see what they do here. If they opt to go for 2, they are not. They're keeping the offense off the field, and Derscheid will line up for the extra point kick here. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Derscheid's point after
makes it 20-0. 10:25 remaining here in the second quarter.
Wildcats 20, Bobcats 0.
We're gonna take another 60-second timeout. I know we've done a lot of them, but it's been a busy night. We'll be right back. You're listening to B1039.
Sir Heating and Air Conditioning cares about your peace of mind. And a Generac home standby generator will provide just that.
All right, you are clear. So this is the 51-second spot. You want to come back after this or another 30 after that?
We can come back after this 51-second spot.
You got it. Okay.
Comfort that your Generac automatic home generator is always ready to provide all the power you need so that life goes on
we're back at 30.
uninterrupted. And now Generac is adding 7 years to their usual 3-year warranty. That means 10 years of service as part of your generator purchase. Call Sir Heating and Air Conditioning, your Generac experts, at 989-598-0534. Rest easy with a Generac home standby generator at the ready from family-owned and operated Sir Heating and Air Conditioning in Remus. 989-598-0534.
Welcome back here on B1039, 10:25 here to go in the second quarter. Evart lining up for the kickoff here. And, well, last time they had a kickoff, they did a little fake onside kick. And I believe Brendan Magnuson fake kick it, and then Derscheid came in and kicked an onside kick. Here we go, Derscheid will squib it once again down the left sideline, and it's rolling past the 25, and will roll out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and there's a flag on the play, though. So they'll move the ball up just about 5 yards. 10:25 here to go in the second quarter. It feels like it's been a minute for Houghton Lake since their offense has stepped foot on the field. They got a lot of fans here tonight. You know, they would love to cheer for something. Both of their offensive drives here tonight have ended in turnovers. Their first one was a Colin Hamp fumble. Their second one was a Scotchula interception. So we'll see what they roll out here. It looks like it's Colin Hamp back in the backfield again with Kane Brown. Trips right, one receiver out to the left. Hamp snaps the ball, he hands it off to Graham. It looks like he was trying to pass it, but he's going to cut in and dives and picks up a couple extra yards. That was about to be a disaster of a play for Houghton Lake, but Kane Graham picked up a couple and turned it into a plus carry, but there is a flag on the play. And it looks like face mask on Evart again. Their second face mask penalty of the night. And a bit of a rough night in that category. So they will pick up quite a few after that. It'll be a fresh set of downs for the Bobcats as they now set up at the 46-yard line, going left to right. They had their huddle way back at the original line of scrimmage, so they sprinted out. Colin Hamp in the backfield, snaps the ball, fakes it off to Graham. Hamp keeps it, runs it up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up 2 yards on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 8 here at the 44-yard line. 20-0, 9:47 to go here in the second quarter. Well, a win tonight should put Evart into the playoff conversation. A couple years ago, MHSAA, that's the Michigan High School Athletic Association, changed the way teams got in the playoffs. Originally, it was win 6 and you're in, maybe 5 on a rare occasion. Hamp snaps the ball, hands it off to his back, who runs it up the middle, and a wide open lane, eventually brought down. Tyler Bailey that time on the carry. But right now, Evart is the first team out. Which if you think of the March Madness NCAA first 4 out, first 4 in type of thing, that's kind of what this is. And Evart is the first one out, and it goes by a point system. So depending on the size of school, you get a certain amount of points whether you win, and you even get points if you lose. Hamp all by himself in the backfield. Quad right to the left, actually, and he throws a screen play out to the left, and he is brought down. Tyler Berry picks up a decent amount of yardage on the play, and is pushed out of bounds. So 2nd and looks like 4 here. But Evart with 5.179 points right now. Houghton Lake is in right now with 28.57 points. And if you look at it, this is all according to snooze2u.com. If you want to take a look, you can go find it yourself. And it's a quarterback keeper as they try to run it in down the middle. He bounces out to the right side, down the right sideline, got a lane and pushed out of bounds right in front of the 5. That was Kane Graham on the quarterback keeper.
Graham off the right end picks up good yardage.
And picks up some decent yardage. It'll be 1st and goal now for the first time tonight for Houghton Lake. See if they can find the end zone for the first time and not try to turn it over as well. But if you take a look at snooze2u.com and mapology there, Evart would be in the Region 1, and it looks like they'd probably be in District 2. So here we go. Looks like it's Ryan Gallia as the quarterback, snaps it, running up the middle, and is brought down. Didn't pick up very much of anything. It'll be 2nd and goal now.
Brought down by Joseph Noonan.
But Houghton Lake right now, if the season ended, they'd be playing Oscoda. They'd be hosting Oscoda. Harrison and Saginaw Valley Lutheran would also be in the district. There's a chance that they end up in the district with McBain, Traverse City, St. Francis, Charlevoix, and Menominee. Should be long bus rides for Evart. Here we go now. Looks like Tyler Bailey, actually Kane Graham on the quarterback keeper, and he is very twitchy, and he twitches his way into the end zone. Touchdown Bobcats. Makes it 20-6 with 7:11 to go here in the second quarter. And the Bobcats marched right down the field and into the end zone. And gives these Bobcat fans something to cheer about here tonight. So Kane Graham on the carry into the end zone. Evart would be playing the #1 seed in District 2 in Region 1 next week. Harrison, who's undefeated 7-0, so no matter how that game goes, it should help him out. Snaps the ball, and he gets met at the line and down at the 10, and they stuff out a 2-point conversion attempt. And the score will stay at 20-6 with 7:11 to go here in the second quarter. We're going to take a 60-second break. You're listening to Everett Wildcats football here on B1039.
It takes knowledge and expertise to drill a well, and that's why folks
Okay,
around
clear
here
for
trust
60.
Waldron Drilling, a fourth-generation, family-owned business since the 1930s. Waldron Drilling can drill from 4-inch up to 24-inch wells, offering free estimates for new installations. Voted Osceola County's favorite well driller for the past 5 years. Quality, customer satisfaction, safety, and honest work. That's the Waldron way. Waldron Well Drilling of Everett at waldrondrilling.com or call 231-734-5168.
30.
Just like the Wildcats team, we know that hard work, dedication, and a little hometown pride can achieve amazing things. Ice Mountain is cheering on the Wildcats as they take the field tonight. And we invite you to join us in showing your support. At Ice Mountain, we're more than just a business. We are part of this community,
9,
and together,
8,
we
7,
let's make
6,
some noise for
5,
the Wildcats.
4, 3, and you're up.
Welcome back here on B1039. 7-11 to go, and the Bobcats kicking off for the first time here tonight. Looks like it's John Shellaz has the kick, and it's picked up by, received by Brendan Magnuson right around the 15. He's rolling out to the right, and there's a shoestring tackle. Brought down at the 20-yard line, and that's where Evart will go to work. They've been pretty successful in terms of their offensive drives tonight. 3 for 3 in terms of finding the end zone. But before break, we were talking about some of these playoff scenarios. Right now, Harrison would be playing Saginaw Valley in the first round, and Houghton Lake would be hosting Muskota as the number 2 seed. And there's a good chance Evart will most likely host a team. We'll see. A lot that has to happen in that category. They got to win out pretty much. Evart. Aiden Anderson in the shotgun. Swales back there with him. Anderson looking right. Guns it to the right. And low throw. They pick it up. It looks like it's completed to Lucas Johnson. Clock starts to roll now. 6:50 to go here in the second quarter. 20-6 Wildcats lead it. Houghton Lake coming off their first touchdown drive of the night after their first 2 offensive drives came up with a turnover. Anderson all by himself. Swales back there as well. 2 wide receivers on each side. Swales motions over to his left. Anderson keeps it. He's running up towards the middle, evading a couple defenders and brought down. He picked up about 2 or 3 yards. So 3rd and about 4. Clock still running. Anderson snaps the ball, looks right, throws right instantly, and it is dropped. Had the ball. Lucas Johnson had the ball, but he dropped it instantly. Now it's 4th and 6. Decision time for the Wildcats. You don't really need to go for it, but it didn't hurt. So looks like it's going to be time out Houghton Lake. Or no. A little confused. Anyway, they're going for it. 4th and 4, 5:48 to go. And now we got a timeout Evart. I think there's a lot of confusion with players and fans right now. But we got it figured out. 5:48 to go here in the first half. 20-6 lead for the Evart Wildcats over the Houghton Lake Bobcats. We're going to take a 60-second break ourselves. You're listening to B1039.
Get those 50-50 tickets. The boys
Hometown
are up
store
here in the
fixtures are
grandstand.
as close as
Taking their rounds.
110
There for 60.
US 10 in Everett. Miller Liquidators and store fixtures not only helps with
That's
on-site store
awesome.
liquidations, they have store fixtures like used Lowe's or Sheldon, true self-contained coolers and
6
freezers,
for $5
and they provide
or
delivery
arms
and
length for
installation,
$20.
sell
The
wrapping
winning
coolers,
ticket
and teardrop
will be
pallet
drawn
wrap.
after the
Supporting the
3rd
local
quarter.
Everett community for years, both for local stores and the Everett
Don't
football
forget to
team.
visit the
Miller
concession
Liquidators
stand.
and
A
store
full
fixtures
menu
is a
tonight.
proud local supporter of the Everett football game
It is
broadcast.
located at the
Go
east
Wildcats.
exit of our
Protect
grandstand.
your space with Extremely Clean, your go-to for impeccable interior room painting projects. Schedule your room before the fall rush with a keen eye for detail and a commitment to
We come back
excellence.
now.
The team at Extremely Clean will bring your vision to life.
I'm Justin
Don't miss
Odell.
the opportunity for a fresh, vibrant new look.
10,
Call 231-408-5943 to schedule your
5,
quote and Extremely clean.
Meanwhile, a connection from Anderson.
Welcome back here on
to
B1039. 5:38 to go. Everett coming off of a big 15-yard pickup there on 4th down. About a 15-yard pickup there. So here we go. Aiden Anderson in the backfield. Cameron Swales. Anderson snaps the ball, moves up in the pocket, throws it. Ball was tipped, and Lucas Johnson come down with it. And it looks like it fell incomplete there. So clock will continue to wind down here again. Second and 10 here at the 45-yard line. Right of the 50. Anderson in the shotgun formation, snaps the ball, hands it off to Cameron Swales, who tries to run it out to the left, and is brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 1. Should be 3rd and 11 coming up here for the Wildcats on the 44-yard line. Clock still ticking. 5 minutes to go. A little bit of life left. A little bit of life injected in. Anderson snaps the ball, throws it out to the right, and it's caught and brought in by Lucas Johnson. And it's just short of the first down marker.
Reception.
And I'm sure the Wildcats are going to go for it here. They are. They got 1 yard to get. We'll see what the Bobcats can come up with here. 4:33 to go. Anderson in the backfield with Cameron Swales. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Anderson keeps it on the snap, runs it across the first down marker, tries to break through across the 40, down at the 35.
First down, Wildcats.
Big pickup there for a first down, and Aiden Anderson keeps this offense rolling as he has all night long. 4:20 to go here in the first half.
Down by number 35, Isa Bailey.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Anderson in the shotgun formation with Swales to the left. Anderson snaps the ball, looks right, throws instantly. Got Lucas Johnson, and another low catch, but caught. Lucas Johnson has had to really work for his catches, but Aiden Anderson having some low throws on those curl routes. That's a pass play that we've seen the Wildcats run a ton
6 yards on
this
the
year.
catch, brings up 2nd down.
Anderson in the no huddle. In the shotgun formation again. Swales to his left. Anderson snaps the ball, looking right. Guns it to the right, and the ball is tipped off of Lucas Johnson's hands. And Lucas Johnson takes a bit of a hit after the ball touched his hands. The clock will stop momentarily. It'll be 3rd and 4 now. 3:35 to go. Officials had to come in and confirm it. I don't really know what they're confirming. Officials had to come in and confirm it because I think some of the Wildcats were convinced that they caught it. Anyway, 2 wide receivers out to the left, 2 out to the right. Lucas Johnson on that far side. Anderson with Swales right to his right. Anderson snaps the ball. He's looking right. He keeps it, runs it up the middle, got a lot of lane. Across the 20, 25, and pushed down and brought down at the 10-yard line. Ball comes loose, though. And
they're gonna say he is
looks like he said it was down. That's kind of what I figured too from up here.
He was ruled down.
Anderson, that offensive line has been looking really good here tonight. Just opening up huge holes for Anderson to run through. And that has really been the key to success here tonight. So now they wait for the chains to move again. 3:23 to go here in the second quarter. 20-6 lead for Evart over the Houghton Lake Bobcats. Anderson in the shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers on each side. Swales right to his right as well. Anderson motions Swales out to the left flat. Anderson keeps it himself and gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of about 1.
Anderson tries to draw again.
Nice job by the defensive line there for the Bobcats. Ripped right through that offensive line. Just as soon as I credit the offensive line for the Wildcats, they explode up there. Officials timeout here as they try to discuss something here. 2:53 to go here in the second quarter. And the officials aren't quite sure what they're conversing about. But it looks like they're ready to go. Blow the whistle. Clock is ready to go. 2:50 to go. Hayden Anderson in that shotgun formation one more time. Two wide receivers on each side. Swales, his teammate to the right. Swales motions out to the left flat. Anderson keeps it himself, runs it up the middle, across the 5, and brought down at about the 3-yard line.
Gets inside the 5-yard
2:30 to go here, and I'll make it second and goal here for the Wildcats. Houghton Lake's offense, or excuse me, defense has just been non-existent tonight. They've had but this drive they've looked better. They've forced a couple of fourth downs. They've made Evart go over 2 on third down tries here, but Evart eventually turning those into fourth down conversions. Two wide receivers on each side. Anderson all by himself. Motions Vanderlyn left to right. Anderson keeps it, and did he break the goal line? He did. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Touchdown, Wildcats.
Makes it 26-6 with 1:50 to go here in the second quarter. Hayden Anderson, once again, the leader of this offense. And these Wildcats putting on an offensive showcase here in front of this homecoming crowd here at the Osceola Fairgrounds. On a game in which they need to win to try to find a way into the playoffs. So almost certainly flip places with Houghton Lake in the projected bracket here. Now on for the point attempt is here. Dershide places down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 27-6, 1:50 to go here in the second quarter. The Wildcats on a roll. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll have the final 2 minutes. You're listening to Evart Wildcats football here on B1039.
Your friends at Lang Mechanical join all of us in hoping for an Evart football
clear for
victory.
60.
If you
10-4.
want your heating and cooling system to be a winner all year long, get in touch with Lang Mechanical, day or night. 231-388-0632. And go Wildcats!
Step into the excitement at AG's Event Center in Evart. Swing in for top-notch bowling lanes and action-packed arcade, food and spirits with a smashing new experience coming soon. Plus,
Okay, 15, stand by.
all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays and Saturdays. Located just 2 miles west of Evart on US 10, find us on Facebook for all the latest updates and specials. Make every moment unforgettable.
Welcome back here on B1039. WBZX Big Rapids is your home for all Evart Wildcats football this season. 2 more weeks remaining. Well, pretty much a week and a half remaining with 1:50 left until halftime. Wildcats on top, 27-6 here. Coming off yet another offensive touchdown. Dryson Dershide placing the ball down. Kane Graham back deep to return. And the Wildcats maybe looking to do a little bit more trickery again. Here we go, Dershide. And a little bit of an onside kick once again. Takes a dice bounce, and the ball comes loose, and Evart jump on it. And I think Houghton Lake recovered it. And they do. Man, Evart really trying to get that onside kick working for them. Trying to maybe get the ball back in plus territory and make it a 4-possession lead for themselves. But no such case here. 1:46 to go, and the Bobcats will set up shop at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Bobcats looking to try to find the end zone right before half here. They're going to have to work quickly. Hamp snaps the ball, hands it off to his receiver who is in motion, and he is brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Number 3,
Tyler Bailey was in motion. There's a flag, and it looks like it was in the backfield there, maybe thrown. It looks like it was thrown at Joseph Coonan. I believe it was an unsportsmanlike conduct. No official call yet. The ball is moving forward for the Bobcats. And yes, it was. The Bobcats will now have the ball at the 45-yard line on the other side of the 50. 1:35 to go, and a couple of big penalties for Evart here tonight on defense.
Against the Wildcats.
Colin Hamp in that backfield. He hands it off to Tyler Bailey, who runs it down the left side and is met at the line of scrimmage.
A short gain on the play.
Kane Graham is actually the quarterback on that play. They keep switching up quarterbacks here tonight. A lot of different looks that you're going to see here for the Bobcats. Now, Sean Scotchalis trots onto the field. He'll be in at quarterback. Scotchalis trips right, receiver. Scotchalis rolls out to his right, and he's going to tuck it and run down the right sideline. And a nice block there by one of the Bobcats that sends one of the Wildcats flying. It looks like Joseph Coonan, and that was the man who just got called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. So maybe trying to stir the pot a little bit more. 51 seconds, 51.5 seconds to be exact, remaining on the clock. Here in the second quarter, 27-6 lead for the Wildcats. Bobcats all by himself in the backfield, and he flips it off. Hamp flips it off to his Graham, who runs it on the end around and is eventually brought to the ground at the 25-yard line.
Pick up a first down for Houghton Lake.
Decent carry there, and this defense
Aiden Anderson made the tackle.
Continuing to struggle on this rushing offense, and the running has been really great for
Timeout Bobcats.
Timeout Bobcats.
Of the half.
That's their second of 3 timeouts here this half. We're going to take a 30-second timeout ourselves. 27-6 lead here for the Wildcats. You're listening to B1039.
Neptune's Ice Cream Shop in downtown Evart carries premium hand-dipped ice cream. With indoor seating, choose a single flavor or go wild for their waffle nachos or flights with 3 to 5 flavors of ice cream. They also offer mini donuts, milkshakes, and 5 to $12 lunch specials with wraps, tacos, sliders, chili, and dogs. Downtown Evart.
Welcome back here on
Neptune's
B1039.
Ice Cream Shop.
44.7 seconds remaining here. 27-6, Evart leads it. Houghton Lake in the midst of their second timeout of the half. Big game tonight, homecoming, senior night. All of the big high school monumental moments all tonight, especially trying to find a spot into the playoffs. Kane Graham looking like he's the man, actually, correction. Colin Hamp back there as the quarterback, has a receiver in motion left to right. Hamp's going to keep it, runs it towards the left side, and is brought down beyond the 20-yard line. Clock continuing to roll here, 35 seconds remaining. Hamp going no huddle here. He's all by himself in the backfield. 2 wide receivers out to the right, 2 out to the left. Hamp motioning his receiver left to right. Hands it off to Graham on the end around, and Graham tries to cut in towards the middle, and he gets enough for the first down, it looks like. But Houghton Lake's going to come in and call their third and final timeout of the half as they try to find the end zone. We'll keep it right here.
Their final timeout of the half.
Again, we've been talking about playoff scenarios all night long, and right now looks like the Wildcats would be grouped into the group of Harrison, Saginaw Valley, Lutheran, Houghton Lake, and Escoda. With a win tonight, Evart should be able to gain some points to help them break in, because right now they're the first team out. Elkton, Pigeon Bay, Port Laker is the group right in front of them. But it would most likely bracket that stays either towards the middle of the state or towards the east side of the state. And for Everett's sake, I'm sure they're hoping to host one more game here at home this season. They've had more home games than they've had away this year. Only 3 away games. Correction, 4 away games. They got one more next week in Harrison. That's a big game. Harrison currently undefeated here this season. So here we go. It is Scotchalis throwing the ball on the run, and it is caught tiptoe out of bounds at the 1, but a flag comes in. Aiden Anderson throws his arms up and can only imagine that it was against him. I think they're calling
number 23, Morgan. A flag came in at the end of the play.
perhaps an unnecessary roughness? I don't know. There's no late hit. We'll see here, though. 12.3 seconds remaining. Everett trying to come up with a big stop here.
Against Evart.
Yeah, personal foul. Interesting call there. It looked like a clean play afterwards. And now we're going to get a timeout on Evert with 12 seconds to go. That's their first timeout of the half.
So they'll have a first and goal from the
But Harrison currently undefeated. They've been having a really good season. Not like they're blowing out a whole lot of people. Their only big blowout games have came against White Cloud and Farwell, excuse me. Tonight they got Ogama Heights. And then they'll finish up with Evert, but they've played a tough schedule. They've played a couple of teams that Evert has played this year. They played Pine River and Beaverton. Beaverton, of course, Evert winning by 1, just as so did Harrison. And then Harrison struggling against Pine River, where Evert came out and blew out in a way. So it's been next week will be a big game if they try to spoil Harrison's undefeated season. And if Evert can win out, I mean, that will be such a huge boost in terms of points, and they will surely find a way into the playoffs with a win out here scenario. They should go in 1-1 even so. Quarterback snaps the ball to quarterback keeper. He pushes away into the end zone. Touchdown Bobcats. Right before half, we'll make it 27-12.
Touchdown Bobcats.
With 9.1 seconds to go. And Evert doing their darndest to get a stop, but falling just short. So we'll see what they can come up with here. They can try to stop this, what I'm sure is going to be a 2-point attempt. They did the last time around. And then we'll make it a 2-possession lead here for Evert. And we'll see if Evert will try to go, if they'll just knee it, or if they will try to cure up some explosive play. Ball is snapped, a little bit of a fader, wide open man into the corner of the end zone, caught, and 2-point is good. And it makes it 27-12, or excuse me, 14, with 9.1 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And with 9 seconds to go in the half.
So Houghton Lake, we'll keep it right here. Houghton Lake
27, Bobcats 14.
Cuts the score in half. This is about as ideal of a scenario as you'd hope for. This defense for Evert, though, unable to find a stop. But this offense for Evert has really been the big thing. Evert will get the ball back at half. Assuming Houghton Lake doesn't do anything that would prevent that.
Palmer to tee it up for Houghton Lake. Noah Vanderland deep for the Wildcats.
John Shellhouse will be the man to kick it off here. Or excuse me, Durian Palmer. Palmer sky kicked, and it takes a bounce. And Evert maybe forgetting that they have if they touch the ball, so now they are brought down at about the 26-yard line, 27-yard line with 5.3 seconds to go. And I would maybe expect Evert to maybe tee up maybe a little trick play here, maybe see if they can, go for a big explosive touchdown. All right, as we have seen it, just take the knee and go into the locker room. But with the way Everett's been playing tonight, I don't see that as a possibility. doesn't look like it. Aiden Anderson is in that backfield. One wide receiver out to the right, two out to the left. See what they got up their sleeve here. Aiden Anderson. 5 seconds to go here in the first half. Anderson snaps the ball. He's looking right. He throws it deep down the right side, and it's picked off by the Bobcats, who bring it across the 50, 45, still on his feet, and brought down at the 45. And that's how the end of the first half will conclude.
Anderson's pass intercepted by number 5.
A bit of a wobbly throw there by Aiden Anderson, and that's how the end of the first half will happen. A lot of action here in the first quarter here on homecoming night in the Osceola Fairgrounds in Evart, Michigan. 27-14 here. Wildcats lead it. It's been a busy night filled with a lot of offense here for Evart. Evert's defense coming away with 2 turnovers on their first 2 offensive drives for Houghton Lake. This offense has been perfect with the exception of that last interception. Well, we're going to take our halftime break ourselves. We'll have a halftime show coming up for you shortly. Until then, you've listening to Evart Wildcats football here on B1039.
Hometown store fixtures are as close as 11071.
All right, you are clear.
Okay, there's 20 minutes on the play clock. Let's come back at 8:28.
8:28.
Does that work for you?
Yep.
All right, cool. Sounds good. I'll take my headset off for a while.
All right, I'll wait for you to come back.
Cool.
Fixtures is a proud local supporter of the Evart football game broadcasts. Go Wildcats!
Yep, I bet they could do that. RCB Contracting. From septic systems to professional excavating services, both residential and commercial, RCB Contracting is local. RCB Contracting is reliable. RCB Contracting is dependable. RCB Contracting supports local Evart athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats the best of luck in tonight's game. Teamwork makes the dream work. Call 231-846-0800. RCB Contracting, your excavating pros and winter plow experts.
It takes knowledge and expertise to drill a well, and that's why folks around here trust Waldron Drilling, a 4th-generation, family-owned business since the 1930s. Waldron Drilling can drill from 4-inch up to 24-inch wells, offering free estimates for new installations. Voted Osceola County's favorite well driller for the past 5 years. Quality, customer satisfaction, safety, and honest work. That's the Waldron way. Waldron Well Drilling of Evart at waldrondrilling.com or call 231-734-5168.
Worth Landscaping, a second-generation business, has been a proud supporter of Evart Public Schools and all Evart athletics.
One. There we are. It's the button mic.
5150. It'll be worth the call. Worth Landscaping.
Transform your space with Extremely Clean, your go-to for impeccable interior room painting projects. Schedule your room before the fall rush with a keen eye for detail and a commitment to excellence. The team at Extremely Clean will bring your vision to life. Don't miss the opportunity for a fresh, vibrant new look. Call 231-408-5943 to schedule your quote today. Extremely Clean, where you say it, we spray it.
Football teams enter the home stretch as the postseason is just a handful of days away, and the Scholar Athlete Award returns for year number 36. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. 2 regular season games remain for football teams before Selection Sunday and the start of the postseason. Let's take you through the next couple of weeks on the gridiron. Sunday, October 27th is Selection Sunday. The 32 teams with the most playoff points in each of the 8 11-player divisions will be divided into district pairings. In 8-player, the top 16 teams in each of the 2 divisions will qualify for postseason play. The selection show will air live on Valley Sports Detroit at 4:30 p.m. 11-player districts start November 1st, as do the 8-player regionals. Staying with 8-player, regional finals will start on November 8th, and the semifinals are Saturday, November 16th. The 8-player finals are Saturday, November 23rd at the Superior Dome in Marquette, and those games will be live on the NFHS network. In 11-player, district finals start November 8th. Regionals will be November 15th and 16th, with the 16 semifinals being played on Saturday, November 23rd. The MHSAA 11-player football finals are Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving at Ford Field. Both days will kick off at 9:30 a.m. We play the even divisions on Friday, the odd divisions on Saturday, and all 8 finals will air live on Valley Sports Detroit or Valley Sports Detroit Plus. To see your team's playoff points and where they rank within their division, check out MHSAA.com and click on football. You can also see updated pairings, schedules, and more as results roll in. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Grand Rapids West Catholic's Landon Smith. The junior made a 38-yard field goal with 1 second left in a 24-23 win over Forest Hills Eastern, which gives West Catholic at least a share of the OK White Crown. The entire Romeo girls cross-country team, Romeo runners finished 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th as the team easily won their 9th straight Macomb County Championship. And Oxford running back Luke Johnson, he rushed for over 200 yards and scored 3 touchdowns in a 38-14 win over West Bloomfield, giving Oxford at least a share of the OAA Red Championship.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We've got a soccer you make the call today. Team A has a player, number 9, in offside position. Team A's number 1 takes a shot on goal that hits the crossbar and deflects right to number 9. The player collects the ricochet, shoots, and scores. What's the call? Goal is awarded because the ball is deflected to number 9. No goal because number 9 was in an offside position, an advantage for being in the offside position, or caution number 9 for being offside and interfering with play. If you said no goal because number 9 was offsides and gained an advantage, you are correct. Play would restart with an indirect free kick for Team B from where the ball was played by number 9 of Team A.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Applications are now being accepted for the MHSAA Scholar Athlete Award presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. 32 student athletes will eventually be selected to receive $2,000 college scholarships. This is the 36th year of working with Farm Bureau on these awards. Since the 1988-89 school year, Farm Bureau has handed out more than $1 million in scholarships for the Scholar Athlete Award. Seniors with an unrounded 3.5 or better grade point average who have earned at least 1 varsity letter in an MHSAA-sponsored sport are eligible to apply. Everything you need to apply can be found online at MHSAA.com, and the application is 4 p.m. on Friday, December 6th. Finalists will be announced in late January. The scholarship winners will be announced throughout the month of February, and the winners will be honored during the boys basketball finals at the Breslin Center in East Lansing in March. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
Sir Heating and Air Conditioning cares about your peace of mind, and a Generac home standby generator will provide just that. One of the most frustrating and perhaps life-threatening events to happen to you and your family is loss of power. Maybe a few minutes, maybe a week or more. But take comfort that your Generac automatic home generator is always ready to provide all the power you need so that life goes on uninterrupted. And now Generac is adding 7 years to their usual 3-year warranty. That means 10 years of service as part of your generator purchase. Call Sir Heating and Air Conditioning, your Generac experts, at 989-508-0534. With a Generac home standby generator at the ready from family-owned and operated Sir Heating and Air Conditioning in Remus, 989-598-0534.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, best-in-class acceleration and handling with cargo, and the strength to haul what needs hauling, all backed by a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get ready for hunting season with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by the Ina store, your Cadillac area Kubota dealer in beautiful downtown Ina.
Hi, I'm Michaela.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're with Big Rapids Roofing, where roofing meets community.
Get ahead of the weather and be prepared for winter.
Don't wait until it's too late. Call us today to book your free estimate appointment.
Whether roofing, siding, windows, doors, or gutters, Big Rapids Roofing has got you covered.
Call us today at 231-629-8088.
Again, don't wait. Call us today at 231-629-8088.
Stop in to Northland Area Federal Credit Union in Evart, Reed City, or any of their 17 branches in northern Michigan to find great rates on many different financial products. While banks merge more often than you can keep track of and impose increased fees, Northland is a not-for-profit financial co-op committed to helping you save money. They specialize in small business growth and services. Check them out at northlandcu.com. Northland is federally insured by the NCUA.
Your hometown, family-owned propane company, QB Propane, would like to thank their customers for supporting them for several years. Sacrifice, resilience, and teamwork are all part of what makes tonight's Evart High School football game so exciting. Supporting local first is what QB Propane is known for. Bank or prompt service and delivery. Call QB Propane to find out more or to set up service. 989-544-2188. QB Propane.
Just like the Wildcats team, we know that hard work, dedication, and a little hometown pride can achieve amazing things. Ice Mountain is cheering on the Wildcats as they take the field tonight, and we invite you to join us in showing your support. At Ice Mountain, we're more than just a business. We are part of this community, and together, we win. Let's make some noise for the Wildcats.
Since it's homecoming, the halftime is a little longer than usual, so we're taking a longer break, and we're going to bring you a replay of last week's This Week in High School Sports. Some items in this may be dated, but we'll go back a week and listen to it now.
The best of the best can be found in the High School Hall of Fame. Already championship season this fall. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Over the 100 years of the MHSAA's existence, there have been numerous memorable moments, classic games, and standout performers. 10 standouts have gone on to be selected for the National High School Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame started in 1982, and in 1983, Michigan had its first representative added, Charles E. Forsyth, the first executive director of the MHSAA. After that, River Rouge boys basketball coach Lofton Green was inducted in 1986. Warren Regina's Diane Laffey went in 2000. Fenville's Richie Jordan in 2001. Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett's Bob Wood in 2005. Bloomfield Hills Cranbrook's Jim Johnson in 2007. Owasso's Brad Van Pelt in 2011. Vermontville Maple Valley's Ken Beardsley in 2016. MHSAA Executive Director Jack Roberts in 2022. And Dearborn Heights Robichaud's Tyrone Wheatley just this past summer. The National High School Hall of Fame has nearly 530 inductees with at least one from every state. Inductees include student athletes, coaches, officials, administrators, participants in the performing arts, and other individuals who've made outstanding contributions to high school sports. Each year at the NFHS's summer meetings, a new class goes into the hall. For more on the Michigan contingent in the National High School Hall of Fame, please go to MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Holland's Otis Fickle, who scored 4 times, including the game winner in a 5-4 win over Holland Christian. The win clinched a share of the OK Black Conference title for Holland. Cadillac's Cassie Genema, she had 15 kills, 3 blocks, 47 assists, and 49 digs as the Vikings beat Fruitport and Midland in a non-conference volleyball quad. And a Holland West Ottawa's Helen Sachs. She was first at the Portage Invitational, the 7th straight cross-country race she's won this year.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
It's 2nd and 10 for Team A at their own 40-yard line. Team B's 30-yard line, but fumble forward, where Team A recovers at the 22-yard line. During the play, Team B is flagged for roughing the passer. Assuming Team A accepts the penalty, where is the penalty enforced? Is it enforced from the spot of the foul? Enforced from the previous spot, enforced from the spot of the fumble, or enforced from the spot of the fumble recovery. If you said enforced from the spot of the recovery, you are correct. Since it was recovered at the 22-yard line and roughing is a 15-yard penalty, it would be enforced half the distance to the goal line. 1st down and 10 for Team A from the 11-yard line.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. The first MHSAA championships for the 2024-25 school year are in the books, with champions in UP girls tennis. In Division 1, Nagani brought home the trophy for a 3rd straight year. The Miners got wins in number 2, number 4 singles and swept the 4 double matches. Ishpeming Westwood came in 2nd, Escanaba was 3rd. In Division 2, Ishpeming narrowly defeated West Iron County for the title. Ishpeming was victorious in number 1, 2, and 3 doubles en route to a 2nd straight D2 title. Norway came in 3rd. Next up, Lower Peninsula Girls Golf and LP Boys Tennis crown champions next week. Then it's boys soccer and cross country on Saturday, November 2nd. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
And once again, some of those scores were dated from last week because this was last week's report as we played as a replay. So we'll be going back to Jackson in just a few minutes, but time for some ice cream. Happiness is ice cream, and ice cream is happiness. So it only makes sense that the Evart Dairy Whip is Evert's happy place. Love soft serve? Come be happy. Prefer a hand-dipped Sunday Wizard? It's happy. Plus, hamburgers, salads, wraps, and coney dogs topped with national chili. When you need a dose of happy, come to the Evart Dairy Whip and leave with a smile. Open 10 till 9 all week. 7th Street in Evart. Happy to support the Wildcats.
Your friends at Lang Mechanical join all of us in hoping for an Evart football victory. If you want your heating and cooling system to be a winner all year long, get in touch with Lang Mechanical day or night. 231-388-0632. And go Wildcats!
Step into the excitement at AJ's Event Center in Evart. Swing in for top-notch bowling lanes, an action-packed arcade, food and spirits with a smashing new experience coming soon. Plus, indulge in all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays and Saturdays. Located just 2 miles west of Evart on US 10, find us on Facebook for all the latest updates and specials. Make every moment unforgettable at AJ's Event Center.
Neptune's Ice Cream Shop in downtown Evart carries premium hand-dipped ice cream. With indoor seating, choose a single flavor or go wild for their waffle nachos or flights with 3 to 5 flavors of ice cream. They also offer mini donuts, milkshakes, and $5 to $12 lunch specials with wraps, tacos, sliders, chili, and dogs. Downtown Evart, Neptune's Ice Cream Shop.
Hometown store fixtures are as close as 11071 US 10 in Evart. Miller Liquidators and Store Fixtures not only helps with on-site store liquidations, they have store fixtures like used Lozier shelving, true self-contained coolers and freezers, and they provide delivery and installation, plus sell walk-in coolers and teardrop pallet racking. Supporting the local Evart community for years, both for local stores and the Evart football team. Miller Liquidators and Store Fixtures is a proud local supporter of the Evart football game broadcasts. Go Wildcats!
Yep, I bet they could do that. RCB Contracting.
From septic systems to professional excavating services, both residential and commercial, RCB Contracting is local. RCB Contracting is reliable. RCB Contracting is dependable. RCB Contracting
Ready to
supports
go in
local
about...
Everett athletics and wants to wish the Wildcats the best of luck.
Let me
in
do
the
that.
there.
70 seconds.
The dream work. Call 231-846-0800.
70? Yeah.
RCB Contracting. Your
Yeah, I'll give you another minute here and then back to you.
Plow experts.
Yeah, that
It
works
takes
for me.
Knowledge and expertise to drill a well.
Okay, you got
That's why
60
folks
now.
around here trust
Yep.
So I'm
Waldorf.
back on the button microphone.
Fourth
Hopefully it's not too bad for
family-owned
you.
business since the 1930s.
So when you
Baldwin
say
Drilling can drill
go back
4-inch up to
live, that's when I
24-inch
should start
wells,
talking again,
offering
right? Because
free
it's still
estimates for
playing
new
commercials in my
installations.
ear
Osceola
when you say
County's
go
Yeah,
live.
it is. So I will count you
5
in.
years.
Okay,
Quality,
cool.
customer satisfaction, safety, and honest work.
I wasn't
That's
sure if there
the
was like a
Waldron
delay
Well.
on my end or
Waldron Well
something.
Drilling of Everett at
Just slightly.
waldrondrilling.com
Okay.
or call 231
So typically just wait till the commercials are done.
Worth Landscaping,
Yeah,
a
so we got 30
second-generation
seconds here.
business, has been a
I'll count
proud
you in.
supporter of Everett Public
Okay,
Schools
then.
and all Everett athletics for more than 25 years. Worth Landscaping specializes
After
in
the game,
irrigation systems,
let's
landscape design,
you and I talk
hardscapes,
just real quickly
hydro
about
seeding, lawn care,
postseason.
commercial snow and ice removal in
You
the
got
winter.
it. All
Contact
right, we're
Josh
coming back to you in
Worth
10
at
seconds.
231-349-5693 or
6,
Tyler Worth 231-629-5150. It'll be worth the call. Worth Landscaping.
Hello and welcome back to B1039 Everett Wildcats football here on this Friday night. Everett leading it 27-14 over the Houghton Lake Bobcats as both teams coming out of the locker room. Extra few minutes added on. Homecoming night here at Osceola Fairgrounds. Both Everett just getting finished with announcing the homecoming court here on this 2024 year. Well, it was an eventful first half. Everett, or the Houghton Lake Bobcats' first offensive drive gave up a fumble, where then on the very first play, the Everett Wildcats tossed up a triple reverse trick play and had a wide open Lucas Johnson who laid out in front of him, caught the ball, but it was brought all the way back to a holding penalty. But eventually they drove all the way down the field, scored. On the very second offensive drive for the Bobcats, they threw an interception on the first play of the drive, and Everett once again went down and scored, where then they did a onside kick, recovered it, went down and scored. So all of a sudden it was 20-0 before the Bobcats found the end zone for the first time. Everett then scored again, made it 27-14. So it's been a primarily offensive dominated Everett game, and they'll look to continue to do that. They're 4 for 4 tonight, with the exception of that. If you get rid of that, it was kind of a Hail Mary attempt, but if you get rid of that interception that Aiden Anderson threw right before the end of half, then you're pretty good. So about 1:30 to go here. The big playoff game here. It's essentially a playoff games from here on out. Everett needing this conference win here to help them gain some points in the MHSAA rankings. We kind of talked about it throughout the game, but if you weren't here with us, they'll most likely be in the Region 1, which is grouped with a bunch of northern Michigan schools, spreading from about Everett on up to Menominee is about the furthest north in the Upper Peninsula you can go. But Houghton Lake is currently in. They're the 2 seed against Escoda. This is all according to snooze2u.com. You can check it out yourself. It's kind of a fun website if you're into looking at brackets and stuff. I know I am, especially once March Madness comes around. But they'll be in the same region as Menominee, Charlevoix, McBain, Traverse City, St. Francis, Harrison, Escoda, Saginaw Valley, Lutheran, and Houghton Lake. But one of those teams will most likely have to drop out, especially if Everett wins out. And I think they stand a pretty good chance with Harrison, with traveling to Harrison next week. Harrison has played most of their teams closely all year long. And their biggest victory coming against last weekend against Farwell, 42-14 victory there. They also had a 42-22 win against White Cloud earlier in the season. But it's been a complete turnaround for Harrison after last year only winning 2 games to being 7-0 and looking like they're going to make a nice run in the playoffs. So now we're ready to go as Houghton Lake getting ready to kick off here.
Welcome back to the second.
Durian Palmer, the junior, will be kicking it off here, the offensive lineman. And it'll be Noah Vanderlyn back deep to return here. See what the Bobcats have in store here. It is a line drive kick and caught by Vanderlyn right around the 25-yard line. He tries to spring back out. He keeps backpedaling, trying to get himself to the 25-yard line where he steps out of bounds. And that's where the Wildcats will set up shop. 1st and 10 at the 25 here in quarter number 3. 27-14 lead for Evart here on this Friday night, homecoming night, senior night, you name it. It's been a busy week. One of the big things that we talked to Ben Bryant about is how are they going to keep focused during all these distractions that they are currently in the midst of. And, well, it doesn't look like they have been very distracted all night long. Aiden Anderson in the backfield. Cameron Swales right to his left. Anderson snaps the ball. Looking left. He'll throw a screen pass out to Swales, who the ball just tips off his fingers.
Pass intended for number 19, Swales, falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up for Evart.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up here for the Wildcats. Still on the 25-yard line. Aiden Anderson in that shotgun formation again with Cameron Swales back there. Trips left, one receiver out to the right. Anderson snaps the ball. He's looking left, pump fakes it, throws it over the middle. He's got a man, it's caught. That's Noah Vanderlyn, who gets enough for the first down. And he's brought down at about the 46-yard line, and it'll be a fresh 1st and 10 for the Wildcats as they get the first down of the half. And their passing game has been looking really good for the Wildcats, back to their new normal. Not new normal, but normal. And Aiden Anderson has been one of the top passing players in the entire country. He's been ranked top 5 all year. Anderson snaps the ball. He blows back, snap, and keeps it, runs it up the middle, across the 45, and brought it down in front of the 50 at about the 48. Anderson took a couple steps back and then tucked it instantly and outran the defensive line. And he's done that a lot tonight. This offensive line has been a big credit to the success for the Wildcats. If it hasn't been for the Wildcat or that offensive line, I don't think the score is what it is. Anderson snaps the ball, throws a screen out to the left. That's Vanderlyn. Vanderlyn will run it over towards the middle, across the 45, still on his feet, across the 40, 35, and is brought down near the Wildcats sideline in front of the 30-yard line.
22-yard pickup for Grayson Derscheid.
And you heard it there, 22 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be a fresh 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Wildcats have been running and passing the ball all over the Bobcats, and really, this game might be tied if it wasn't for those first two turnovers that Bobcats ran into. Because otherwise, when they haven't thrown a turnover or given up a turnover, the Wildcats have found the end zone. Anderson in the backfield, Swales back there with him. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 out to the left. Anderson snaps the ball. High snap, keeps it, runs it up the middle, and across the 30, and brought down at about the 28, 27-yard line.
And Conrad Blaine report to the press box.
10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 27-14, Wildcats lead it.
5 coming up for Evart.
Clock still ticking. And the Wildcats team getting the play call from Ben Bryant over at the Wildcats sideline. Now we're ready to go. Anderson in that shotgun. Swales right to his right. Anderson snaps the ball. He's looking right, moves up in the pocket, pulls down, tucks it, running across the 20, and brought down at about the 18. And it'll be enough for the first down for the Wildcats.
Brought down by number 4, Logan Bourne.
9:20 to go here in the 3rd. 1st and 10 at the 18. And the Wildcats taking their time here moving the ball. They've eaten up about 3 minutes of play clock. They will by the time they snap this ball. Anderson in the backfield here. Swales with them. 2 wide receivers on each side. Anderson snaps the ball. Looking left, throws a screen out to Noah Vanderlyn out to the left side. And Vanderlyn picks up about 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and short here on the 12-yard line.
About 9 yards. Brought down by number 18, Dylan Scosellas.
Second and 1 officially. $8:30 to go here in the third quarter. Anderson in the shotgun. Snaps the ball. High snap. He's going to have to turn this into something. Tries to run it back up the middle. Might have been lucky enough to get to the line of scrimmage.
Gets back to the line.
Otherwise, might have lost one. Officials wave no gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 1 still here at the 10-yard line. One more yard, and it'll turn into a 1st and goal situation. Clock still ticking. 4 minutes of time have officially been wound off this third quarter here. Everett's time of possession quickly rising. That's okay, though. Anderson. Motion Swales to his left. Now Swales moves out to the right flat. Anderson looking left on a slant and a diving attempt by Brandon Magnuson. Ball just out in front of him. Correction, Lucas Johnson, and the ball incomplete. So it's going to be 4th and 1 here. Surprised we didn't see any run play there to try to pick up the first down and first set of downs, rather. So clock will stop at 7:43. 4th and 1 here at the 10. Anderson, they're going for it here, obviously. Anderson snaps the ball, looks it. He's going to run it up towards the middle. Met at the line. Did he get enough for the first down? And they're going to say turnover on downs. A big stop for the Bobcats. And now, with the ball at the 10-yard line, they got 90 yards to go, but a chance to cut it down to a 1-possession lead here if they can go the length of the field. 7:38 to go here in the third quarter. And now a true test coming up for this Evart defense, who, outside of those 2 turnovers, they have not been very successful. Trying to rewrite the ship in terms of that. So here we go. Colin Hamp all by himself in the backfield in the shotgun formation. And he'll flip it off to his receiver, who is motioning right to left, and he'll pick up about
Pitch goes number 5, Graham. He's upended by number 6.
about 3 yards on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 7 here at the 13-yard line. Houghton Lake trying to crawl their way back into this one. They did a nice job of getting into the end zone in the final 10 seconds of the first half. Now they're trying to see if they can put together a long drive here. 2nd and 7 at the 13. Hamp snaps the ball. He rolls out to the left. It was an option play. He kept it, and he picked up a couple of yards on the play. And so should be 3rd and short coming up at about the 18-yard line.
Tackled by number 16, Cade Morgan.
Hamp in the shotgun formation, snaps the ball. He keeps it. He's going to run it out towards the right. Flag comes in, and he is pushed back. And he's going to be stopped short. So 4th down will be coming up, unless this flag is against the Wildcats, which is possible. The Wildcats defense is giving up a handful of big penalties here. They're going to give a sideline warning to the Wildcats?
A sideline warning.
Interesting.
Against the Wildcats.
If anything, I felt like the Bobcats sideline has been spending majority of their time out on the field themselves. Okay. Clock continues to roll. So it's still 4th and 3 here. 6:15 to go here in the third quarter. 27-14 lead for the Wildcats. Hamp in the shotgun formation, 2 running backs out on each side. They're trying to get the defensive line to jump, but no call. Hamp. And now a flag comes in, a really late flag. And see this on. There's some celebration there going on by the Wildcats. So we'll see.
That's a delay of game.
And a delay of game called on Houghton Lake. That is a costly penalty when you're on a 4th and short opportunity. And now it's decision time if you're Ryan Sersall, the head coach for the Bobcats, you go for it, or you punt it and be safe. Because if you turn it over here, the Wildcats are automatically in the red zone. And then things get a little fishy. 5:59 to go here in the third quarter. There is Bobcats taking their first of three timeouts of the game. We'll keep it right here. B1039. 27-14 lead here for the Wildcats. Now we're ready to go. Hamp in the shotgun all by himself, motioning his receiver out left to right, and he runs it towards the right side, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. Turnover on downs as he was barely able to get to the 15-yard line. And the Wildcats will set up in the red zone. First and 10 at the 14 officially, 5:54 to go here in the third quarter.
On the Bobcat 17-yard line.
It has been that's about the best defensive attempt there that the Wildcats have had all night, forcing a 4-and-out, essentially, getting the big stop on fourth down. So here we go. Aiden Anderson in plus territory here, motioning Swales out to the left. It's quads left, one receiver out to the right. Screen play out to the left and overthrows Cameron Swales. And Aiden Anderson has had a really tough time this year trying to connect with Cameron Swales. Cameron Swales, not the tallest person on the team. Swales standing in at 5'6". A lot of his receivers are north of 6 feet tall. Only got about 2 receivers that are just below 6 feet, but he's really had a hard time hitting Swales in the open flat. High snap from Anderson. Anderson runs it towards the middle, gets tripped up, dives, and maybe got to the 15.
Get back to that line of scrimmage.
Which is the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 9 coming up here for the Wildcats at the 16-yard line here in the third quarter. So battle of the defenses here over the last couple of offensive drives. Anderson in the shotgun formation. Swales right to his right. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. Anderson looking left, throws a fader out to the left corner of the end zone, and it is tipped up and out of bounds. Incomplete pass there. And we've seen the Wildcats go to that play a ton over the last few weeks, and they have not really been successful in that play. So decision time here. With 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the third. Flag. And another sideline penalty here for the Wildcats. That's a little bit interesting. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. This officiating crew has felt like this officiating crew has been one-sided here tonight.
A sideline penalty.
So the Wildcats, that doesn't change their mind. They're still going to go for it here. Aiden Anderson all by himself in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on each side. Anderson snaps the ball. A little bit of a low snap. Anderson throws it over to the middle, and it's incomplete. Had Dryson Dershide cutting on a slant, was pretty much wide open, but just threw it behind him. And so the turnover on downs by the Bobcats doesn't come to affect them any. So 5:02 to go here in the third. And now the Bobcats escaping what could have been real danger here, and now a chance to go the length of the field this time as they have the ball 1st and 10 at the 20, going right to left. Hamp snaps the ball, hands it off to his back, who runs it right, got a hole, wide open, and down the right sideline at the 40, 45, 50, and is brought down by his jersey at about the
across midfield before he is taken out of bounds.
47-yard line or so. It's a way to really flip the field as they now get into their own personal territory.
47-yard line.
First and 10 at the 47. Wildcats trying to make it a 27-20 game. Hamp snaps the ball, pitches it to his receiver who is in motion. He's running down the 40, 35, and pushed out of bounds. And Lucas Johnson with the tackle there as he shoves him at the last second.
First down. Knocked out of bounds by number 7, Johnson.
Under 4:30 to go here in the third now. $27-14 to go. Hamp in the backfield. Hamp snaps the ball, and it's a halfback draw there as he hands off the running back pretty late. Graham on the play, picks up a
Number 5, Graham, the ball
about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Picked up by number 23, J.J. Morgan.
So here we go, Hamp. Now with 2 running backs on each side. Hamp fumbles the ball, high snap, and he's just gonna have to jump on it. He'll lose about 7 yards on the play, so it'll be 3rd and long coming up. And that is a very costly error there by these Bobcats who will otherwise driving the ball right down the field. 3rd and 16 officially here at the 40-yard line. So Evart trying not to give up a big play here. This has kind of been a big issue for them. Hamp running back out to his right. Hamp snaps the ball. It's fumbled again. And Hamp trying to turn into something. And he's sacked for a loss at the 50. And another costly fumble. And now it's going to be 4th and 26 at the 50-yard line. And man, oh man, some errors between the center and the quarterback, Colin Hamp, who they were in the midst of a really nice drive, and just a couple of fumbles really killed that drive. So now they don't really have much of a choice as to what they want to do. And it looks like they're going to go for the punt, but you got to be aware of the fake here. Logan Barn as the punter. And he will punt this away. A little bit of a low punt. It bounces at the 30, and it's scooped up by Noah Vanderlyn, who run it down the sideline across the 40, 45, 50, and pushed out of bounds. And a nice return there for Noah Vanderlyn. It'll set the Wildcats up in plus territory. 1:46 to go here in the third quarter. 27-14. It's been kind of a stalemate to start this half. A lot of defensive stops here. Great defense. It's been a lot of offense in the first half. Why not some defense in the second? Anderson in the shotgun formation. Swales back there. 2 wide receivers on each side. Anderson snaps the ball. He'll hand it off to Swales, who runs it up the middle. Cuts to his left across the 45. Snell not down across the 30. And down at the 35, 36-yard line. Cameron Swales has had a heck of a night tonight. It'll be a fresh set of downs here for the Wildcats with 1:30 remaining here in the third. And a chance to put this one maybe out of reach for the Bobcats. Anderson in the shotgun. Anderson snaps the ball. Anderson hands it off to Swales, who gets across the 30-yard line and brought down.
Picks up about 3 yards. He's brought down by number
So 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line. Or excuse me, 29-yard line. 2 wide receivers on each side. Swales in the backfield with Aiden Anderson. Anderson snaps the ball, fakes it off to Swales, throws it left, and it's caught and enough for the first down. Looks like he was Noah Vanderlyn, who was brought down at the 20-yard line. So first and 10 coming up. With the ball at the 20. 45 seconds to go. Clock's still ticking here. And this has been a quick third quarter here. Ball has been moving nonstop. So trips right, one receiver out to the left, Swales in the backfield with Anderson. Anderson snaps the ball, high snap. Anderson has to roll it to the right. He's gonna move in towards the middle and cuts out to the left across the 15 and push out of bounds just in front of the 10. And will fall short of getting that first down. Clock still ticking, 5 seconds to go. It looks like this will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Not a whole lot going on here in the third quarter. 27-14, Everett leads it. We got 12 minutes remaining, and with a touchdown here, it might put this game on ice. We'll be right back to bring you the conclusion of this game here on B1039.
Transform your space with Extremely Clean. For impeccable interior room painting projects. Schedule your room before the fall rush with a keen eye for detail and a commitment to excellence. The team at Extremely Clean will bring your vision to life. Don't miss the opportunity for a fresh, vibrant new look. Call 231-408-5943 to schedule your quote today. Extremely Clean, where you say it, we spray it.
Sir Heating and Air Conditioning cares about your peace of mind. And a Generac home standby generator will provide just that. One of the most frustrating and perhaps life-threatening events to happen to you and your family is loss of power. Maybe a few minutes, maybe a week or more. But take comfort that your Generac automatic home generator is always ready to provide the power you need so that life goes on uninterrupted. And now Generac is adding 7 years to their usual 3-year warranty. That means 10 years of service as part of your generator purchase. Call Sir Heating and Air Conditioning, your Generac expert at 939-0534. The Generac home standby generator is ready. Solely owned and operated Sir Heating and Air Conditioning.
Fresh 12 here on the play clock as we enter the fourth quarter with Everett leading at 27-14. Everett will have the ball 2nd and 3 on the 14-yard line in the red zone. Aiden Anderson in the backfield. Cameron Swales right to his left, 2 wide receivers on each side. Anderson snaps the ball, hands it off to Swales. He runs it up the middle. Across the 5, lowers the shoulder, down at about the 2-yard line. And so it will be first and goal at the
first and goal, tackle made by number 3, Tyler Bailey.
First and goal officially, I believe that's the 3-yard line. Everett looking to break the scoreboard for the first time this half. Hands it off to Swales again and gets stuffed at the line. But inching his way forward, did he break the goal line?
Gets down to the 1.
And it looks like they're going to mark him down at the 1. Officials timeout here for an injured Bobcat. Looks like he's just stretching him out here. His defense for Houghton Lake has not came off the field really at all tonight. At least that's what it's felt like. And so no wonder he's not a lot. Some of these players perhaps cramping up. Not a hot night by any means. 51 degrees here. Might drop below 50 here by game's end. But, well, a big thank you to a lot of our advertisers here this season. Being able to sponsor Everett High School football, making every Friday night possible. Worth Landscaping, Sir Heating and Air Conditioning, Ina Store, Everett Dairy Whip, Northland Area Federal Credit Union, QB Propane, and AJ's Event Center. And of course, if you would like to sponsor any games going forward or potentially next year, call your best friend Jen at 231-796-1103. Again, 231-796-1103.
$303, and he elected to donate it back to our baseball program. Thank you very much, Mr. Brad Morgan.
11:15 to go. Now we're ready to go. Aiden Anderson in the backfield. Swales with him. Anderson rolls out to the right, tries to cut in, and breaks into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Touchdown, Wildcats.
And we'll make it 33-14 here with 11:10 to go in the game. Anderson, we've seen that quarterback keeper play a lot from him this season, especially in goal lines. And there's been times where Everett hasn't been able to cash in a lot of these red zone opportunities. And tonight they've been darn near perfect. So they'll line up for the extra point kick. Bryson Derscheid places down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 34-14. Nice, comfortable 20-point lead with 11:10 to go here in the game. We're going to take a 60-second break. You're listening to Everett Wildcats football here on WBZX Big Rapids.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with the fast, durable Kubota featuring a gas-powered engine with top speed of 40 miles per hour, best-in-class acceleration and handling with cargo, and the strength to haul what needs hauling. All backed by a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get ready for hunting season with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by the Ina store, your Cadillac area Kubota dealer in beautiful downtown Ina.
Hi, I'm Michaela.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're with Big Rapids Roofing, where roofing meets community.
Get ahead of the weather and be prepared for winter.
Don't wait until it's too late. Call us today to book your free estimate appointment.
Whether it's roofing, siding, windows, doors, or gutters, Big Rapids Roofing has got you covered.
Call us today at 231-629-8088.
Again, don't wait. Call us today at 231-629-8088.
11:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. 34-14 lead for the Wildcats as they get ready to kick it off here. Bryson Derscheid will do the honors. It was an Aiden Anderson quarterback keeper that found the end zone. Derscheid does a nice squib kick. It's touched and picked. The ball still on the ground, and then the Bobcats will pick it up at the 25. Well, they'll have to jump on it rather, and that's where they'll start the ball. Man, the Bobcats have really struggled with this squib kick, but credit to the Derscheid and how he's been able to kick it. I mean, these are beautiful squib kicks. I mean, they roll right down the field. And they have a nice little spring to it.
A couple of cheerleaders I missed down there.
So 11:04 here to go in the game.
And don't
Hamp in the backfield, running back right to his right. Trips left as well, receivers, one out to the right. Graham motions out to the left flat, and Hamp keeps it, runs it up the middle, picks up a nice carry across the 35 and brought down in front of the 40. And that's enough for a new set of downs. For the Bobcats. And now they'll have to try to find a way to find the end zone here very quickly and then cover an onside kick, do the same thing, and then do the same thing again. Hamp in the backfield, Graham right beside him. Graham motions out to his right, it's a screen pass, it's caught. Graham across the 40, 45, pushed out of bounds, and it'll be second and about 4 at the 44.
One more cheerleader that I missed. Miss Germany herself. Myra Liebscher. Great job, girls.
So ball at the 45. Second and about 3. Evert showing a lot in the box. Hamp snaps the ball. He's rolling out to his right. He throws on the run, and it is incomplete. His intended receiver on the play. Looks like it was Ryan.
Rousseau's pass is incomplete.
Gallia.
Intended for number 5, Graham. Brings up third down and a long 3 for the Bobcats.
Graham and Hamp have been very busy tonight. And Evert trying to continue this winning streak against Houghton Lake. It's been 5 in a row, trying to make it 6 in a row. And for Houghton Lake, trying to keep their trying to make it a 3-game winning streak, but looking like that's going to come to an end here tonight with only 10 minutes to go and down 3 scores. Hamp with 2 running backs on each side. Motions Graham out to the flat and hands it off to his other back, who runs it up the middle and is brought down at the 45. And a 4th down is coming up here at the 45-yard line, needing about 3 yards to get the first down.
Hand off goes number 3, Bailey. Caleb Maxfield, Alex Retluski leading the charge for the.
But it was really those 2 turnovers
4th down and 3
on the first 2
for
offensive
Houghton
drives for Houghton Lake that really ended up being the decision maker here. If it wasn't for those, this probably only is a 1-possession game. Hamp in the backfield with Graham. And Hamp pitches it out to Graham, out to the left, who is back behind the line of scrimmage for about 2. And that's a turnover on downs. The Wildcats will take over with a fresh set of downs at the 43-yard line. And plus territory here. 9:03 to go here in the 4th quarter. And perhaps we see Evart start to milk this clock out a little bit more. Some of the Houghton Lake fans starting to filter their way out of the stadium. Bit of a drive back home. Get a head start, trying to beat the traffic out of here. Officials time out real quick as they try to figure out whatever's going on. Now we're ready to go. Anderson in the back, shotgun. Swales back there, motioning his receiver right to left, and fakes it off to Magnuson, hands it off to Swales across the 40, and brought down at the 45-yard line. Under 9 to go officially, and it'll be 2nd and 2.
Picks up 6 yards
here
before he's
with
brought down by number 6, Ryan Galea.
Correction, 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line. Anderson all by himself in the backfield, motioning Swales right to left. Hands it off to Swales on a jet sweep. Gets enough for the first down across the 30 and brought down just in front of the 25. And they're going to mark him down officially, I'd say, at the 26. So it'll be 1st and 10 from there. 27, actually. Anderson all by himself once again. 2 wide receivers on each side. Anderson motioning Swales from right to left. Fakes it, throws it deep, maybe a little bit slippery, and it is caught and into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Noah Vanderland. The fade play, as if it wasn't as intentional, but it works just the same. Puts this game on ice as the Wildcats lead it 40-14 here with 8:02 to go in the 4th. And a lot of the excitement, although everybody's happy that the score is what it is, but a lot of the excitement kind of going by the wayside at this point. Derscheid on for the extra point attempt here. Ball is snapped and it's fumbled. Aiden Anderson's now going to have to do something. Aiden Anderson keeps running back and throws it. It's got a man. It's Cameron Swales into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. It was unsuccessful, but Aiden Anderson running all the way back to the 35-yard line on the extra point attempt. Throws a dot to Cameron Swales, and it makes it 42-14 with 8:02 to go here in the 4th quarter. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. We'll have kickoff from Evart when we come back. B1039.
Stop in to Northland Area Federal Credit Union in Evart, Reed City.
Alrighty, clear for 60.
Branches in northern Michigan to find great rates on many different financial products. While banks merge more often than
on the verge of losing my voice tonight, Bob.
Oh, well, not too long now, so take it easy.
I know. It'll be lots of tea for me tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so. I need to bring a thermos, I think.
I know. Throat coat is a lifesaver.
Oh, yes. I know that.
Propane Company,
8
QB
p.m. to
Propane.
11
Can't tell you how
p.m.
many times that saved me during the baseball season while I was back-to-backs.
Sacrifice, resilience, and teamwork.
Yeah, I hear you. That's good to have. All right, we're coming back in about 15
So
minutes.
exciting.
Sounds good.
Supporting local first is what QB Propane is known for.
Proceeds
Propane by
go
the tank
towards
or
breakfast,
private
All right,
service
it's
delivery.
Santa,
Call QB
donuts,
Propane to
cider,
find out
7,
more or to
6,
set up service.
5, 4, 3.
This event is sponsored by the Evart UAW.
8:02 to go here in the fourth
4270.
quarter. 42-14 lead for the Wildcats. Dershide getting ready to kick this one away. It's a bit of an onside kick. It's squibbed, and did we get, I don't know what the whistles are, but a bunch of whistles coming in for the officiating crew.
Flag indicates
A
an
flag.
offsides against the
Well, they're going to
Wildcats.
call an offsides on the Wildcats on the
onside kick.
kickoff. Wildcats looked like they were going for the onside kick. Brendan Magnuson trying to throw the ball, what looked like to the coaching staff, and kind of going into the side of one of the Bobcats. So just trying to make sure he was covering his bases. So we'll move the ball back. So the Wildcats will now kick it off from the 35. Tyler Bailey back deep to return. Dershide getting ready to go here. It's been a pretty successful night in terms of kicking here for the Wildcats. Here we go, Dershide. Another onside kick, it's rolling, and they're just gonna jump on it. The ball's still not there, and the Bobcats recover it? I believe they did. But he grabbed it with his legs. So the Bobcats will set up with the ball at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, 8:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. Down by a boatload, 42-14. Not quite continuous clock range yet, though. One more score from Evart, and that's when that'll go intact. But at that point, I'm sure the game will be nearly over. So a lot of motioning on this offensive line. Hamp in the backfield with Graham. Hamp snaps the ball, hands it off to Graham, who runs it down the left side, trying to find an angle, and gets tackled and behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 3. And will be 2nd and 13 coming up at the 43-yard line.
Came up to make the stop for the Wildcats.
This defense is really came into its own here in the second half. They've looked really, really good. It's definitely a talking point here. This game could have very easily have been a one-possession game, but this defense, let's say, earns the gold star here in the second half. Hamp motioning his running back out to the right flat. Throws it on a screenplay. That's Bailey. Bailey running it towards the middle, across the 50, 45, 45, 40, 35, 30, and pushed out of bounds. And a flag on the play. See if this one's coming back or not. Kind of looking like it is. As a lot of the Bobcats are starting to walk back that way. And the Bobcats are starting to walk it back. So it was a big pickup finally. Bobcats have been really lacking in that category tonight. Not a whole lot of anything. Well, as the officials sort this one out, some of our other advertisers this season: Big Rapids Roofing, RCB Contracting, Lang Mechanical, Ice Mountain Natural Spring Water, Neptune's Ice Cream Shop, Miller's Liquidators and Store Fixtures, Extremely Clean, Waldron Well Drilling, and of course B1039. If you'd like to be a sponsor for Evart Wildcats football either this year or in the future, call your best friend Jen at 231-796-1103. Again, 231-796-1103. Hamp setting up shop after the call back after the holding. And he hands it off to his back, who goes across the 40, brushes off a tackle across the 35, still on his feet, and pushed out of bounds. Didn't get anywhere more beyond the 35.
Brought down by J.J. Morgan.
Did get pushed out of bounds, though.
Dallas Langworthy also on
7:04.
It'll be a first down Bobcats.
Houghton Lake had the ball with inches to go to the first down marker. Looks like it's Scotchwitz in as the shotgun, snaps the ball, and some whistles, and a flag here.
Flag down before the snap.
An encroachment, it looks like, on the defense.
Encroachment on the defense. A 5-yard penalty will make it 1st and 5 for Houghton Lake.
So it'll be 1st and 5 now for the Bobcats. Bobcats trying to find the end zone, maybe a little bit of a momentum boost as they try to come to fruition that maybe this winning streak isn't, this 3 games in a row isn't going to happen. They hand it off. Scotchwitz off to the running back and find it open. 20, 15, 5, touchdown, Bobcats. Kane Graham on the explosive play. He's been very quick tonight. Finds the end zone, makes it 42-20 here with 6:53 to go. And really the biggest explosive play that ever has given up that has led to a touchdown tonight. I guess the fact that they've got to this point in the game, that's pretty good. I'd say that is pretty good. $6:53 to go here. These last couple of minutes have been taking some time. Scotchwitz with a quarterback rollout, throws it down deep, and it's over the hands of Tyler Bailey. And the 2-point conversion is no good.
Rosells' pass intended for Bailey falls incomplete. With 6:53
so 6:53 to go, 42-20 is our score. Everett leads it. We'll take a 60-second timeout ourselves. You're listening to Everett Wildcats football here on B1039.
Just like the Wildcats team, we know that hard work, dedication, and a little hometown pride can achieve amazing things. Ice Mountain is cheering on the Wildcats as they take the field tonight, and we invite you to join us in showing your support. At Ice Mountain, we're more than just a business. We are part of this community, and together, we win. Let's make some noise for the Wildcats.
Happiness is ice cream, and ice cream is happiness. So it only makes sense that the Evart Dairy Whip is Everett's happy place. Love soft serve? Come be happy. Prefer a hand-dipped Sunday Wizard? It's happy. Plus, hamburgers,
15,
salads, wraps, and coney dogs topped with national chili. When you need a dose of happy, come to the Everett Dairy Whip and
9,
leave with a smile.
8,
Open 10
7,
till 9 all
6,
week. 7th
5,
Street in Everett.
4,
happy to
3,
support the Wildcats.
6:53 to go here in the fourth quarter. Onside kick time for the Bobcats, and it's unsuccessful as the Wildcats jump on top of it. And they'll have the ball at the 50, excuse me, not 52-yard line. That's not possible. The 48-yard line. 6:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. 42-40 or 20. There's a lot of 42, 52, 40, you know. Well, it looks like Harrison's undefeated season is no more as Ogama Heights currently lead Harrison 64-28. So Wildcats will unfortunately not be the ones to play spoiler next week. Anderson in the backfield. Motioning his receiver right to left. That's Brandon Magnuson. Fakes it off to Magnuson. Hands it off to Swales, who runs it up the middle. Across the 45. And still on his feet. Cross the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. And pushed out of bounds. And a big old pickup here on 1st and 10. And that'll gain some yardage here. It'll mark him at the 20-yard line. First
32 yards on the gain from Swales.
Kingsford and Menominee in action here tonight. Menominee currently down 1 in the fourth quarter.
From the Bobcat 20-yard
Some
line.
Division 7 scores happening. McBain and Pine River in action tonight. Lake City and Roscommon as well. All by himself in the backfield is Aiden Anderson. 2 wide receivers on each side as Swales
And Vanderlyn switch. Vanderlyn in motion here. Hands it off to Vanderlyn on the jet sweep. Running it out the left side across the 20 and brought down at about the 17-yard line.
Picks up 3 yards before he's brought down by number 18, Dylan Scosellis.
Anderson now has some company in the backfield with Swales back there. Hands it off to Swales. Swales gets tripped up still on his feet across the 15 and whipped to the ground at about the 12-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and short here coming up. 5:22 to go here in the game. Beal City and Manton in action as well tonight.
3rd down and a long
Oak Ridge
3.
blanking Ravenna 24-0. Saugatuck and Lawton as well. Kent City, Morley, Stanwood. A couple of teams in action here on this Friday night in Division 7. Anderson in the backfield. Anderson snaps the ball, looking right, throws right. Got a man wide open, but a little bit of a low throw, so it'll be incomplete pass here. 4:54 to go here in the game.
Derscheid falls incomplete. Correction, it was Vanderlyn he was looking for. 4th down coming up for Evart.
.454 to go here in the 4th quarter. Evart trying to complete the 4th down conversion here. Not that they need to, but more as if they want to. Motioning receiver right to left. Fake it off to Magnuson, hand it off to Swales. Swales cut, bouncing out to his right, across the 10, still on his feet, and ripped to the ground by what looks like his helmet, but he's inside the 5, and they'll mark him down at the 4, 1st and goal with 4:46 to go. So clock continuing to roll here now. Aiden Anderson in the shotgun formation. Different running back there now for him. It's J.J. Morgan on the carry. First carry of him before the night.
A couple of yards.
Clock will continue to roll, and I think
2nd and goal from the
Evart
2-yard
is going
line.
to try to kill a lot of this time, trying to get it down to as little as possible. Not that they need to, 42-20. Just taking a look at some of the schedules coming up for both sides. For Houghton Lake, they'll finish the season against Beaverton, and it's one of those that they need to win if they want to try to keep their postseason hopes alive. Anderson snaps it, hands it off to Morgan, who gets stuffed at the line, but is able to pick up a couple of yards. Might have got to the 1. And it'll be a 3rd down coming up at the 1. So the Wildcats will be playing Harrison, coming off a big old unfortunate game for them tonight at their home field too. I'm sure the Wildcats were hoping to do to them next week. Anderson snaps the ball, hands it off to Morgan, who tries to run it up the middle, but he is wrapped up and pushed for about a loss of a couple of yards. So it's going to be 4th and goal here, it looks like at the 5. Under 3 to go here officially. And, you know, it's probably one of those that they would love to try to get some other people in there with the score, but the Bobcats are sniffing that out. Anderson with J.J. Morgan in the backfield. Motioning his receiver right to left. That's Brandon Magnuson. Fakes it off to Morgan. Throws that on a slant. It's caught. Touchdown.
Anderson's pass.
Wildcats. Lucas Johnson.
Lucas Johnson Touchdown, Wildcats!
Lucas Johnson on the grab. Makes it 48-20 here in the fourth quarter with 2:22 to go. This game continuing to roll on here. See if they will try to avoid any fumbles with the snap, although it did end quite well for the Wildcats last time around. Yes, they are. Bryce Dershine lining up for the extra point kick. Ball is snapped, ball is down, the kick is up, kick is good. 49-20, 2:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a 60-second timeout ourselves. You're listening to Everett Wildcats football here on B1039.
Your friends at Lang Mechanical join all of us in hoping for an Everett football victory. If you want your heating and cooling system to be a winner all year long, get in touch with Lang Mechanical, day or night. 231-388-0642. And go Wildcat!
All right,
Step into the excitement at AJ's Event Center in Everett. Swing in for top-notch bowling lanes and action-packed arcade, food and spirits with a smashing new experience coming soon.
15.
Plus, indulge in all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays and Saturdays. Located just 2
10,
miles west of Everett
9,
and US 10.
8,
Find us on
7,
Facebook for all the
6,
latest updates
5,
and specials.
4,
Make every moment
3,
unforgettable at AJ's Event Center.
2:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. Everett getting ready for another kickoff here. It's been a very offensive game for the Wildcats. This will surely help them in the playoff push, especially with Houghton Lake already being one of those teams. And they're hoping to maybe get to a Harrison team that laid an egg tonight after getting stopped by Ogama Heights, excuse me. So Everett still waiting for the play call, it looks like, from the huddle. Most of the crowd that was here tonight has fizzled out as they try to beat the traffic. It's one of the nicer things about being a broadcaster. You kind of have to wait. And an onside kick again, and they're going to take it up themselves as they read it. And it was Hayden Dijwaski who ran up, grabbed it, and turned it into a nice gain of about 5. So Bobcats will set up with the ball at the 45-yard line, plus territory, 2:18 to go in the fourth quarter. One of the nicer things about being a broadcaster is, yeah, you do get out in the stadium. You're one of the last people out after being one of the first people in the stadium, but you don't have to deal with a lot of the traffic. It's kind of nice. Well, that's, by the way, especially on this homecoming night, a lot of people here. 2:18 here to go. Looks like Hamp motioning his receiver right to left. He'll pitch it out to his back, Graham, who tries to hurdle and just gets pushed out of bounds.
Number 5, Graham. He's knocked out of bounds by number 14.
I don't know. You rarely see the professionals able to take off a hurdle, let alone a high schooler. That time not working. He loses a couple of yards because of it. Out 2. So it'll be 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard line. Clock is ticking, 1:45 to go. It's been a successful homestand finale here in this 2024 season. Camp snaps the ball, throws it quickly out to the left. Receiver slips, he's got some room and some space across the 40, down at the, across the 35, still on his feet, and eventually brought down at the 30.
Brought down by number 13, Cooper Higgins.
Chains will have to reset here with the new set of downs. But the clock otherwise will keep rolling. Skotchowitz snaps the ball, hands it off to Graham, who tries to run it up the middle, and is swarmed by a pack of Wildcats there. Gets it across the 30.
J.J. Morgan along with Joseph Coonan on the stop for the Wildcats.
1 minute remaining here in the game. 49-20, Everett leads it. Bobcats, I'm sure, just trying to find the end zone one more time here. It's a bit of a confidence booster, I'm sure, for them.
A gain of a yard brings up second down.
45 seconds down to now. Snatchowitz snaps the ball, rolling out to his right, plants his feet, throws the ball, got a man wide open, but overthrows it. Incomplete pass.
Gosellis' pass a little bit long.
Looks like it was intended to Liam Dean. 33.8 seconds remaining, 3rd and 9 at the 32. Snaps the ball, rolling out to his right, plants his feet, throws another deep ball, sheds the defender, caught in the end zone, touchdown. Surprised there's no flag on that play. He ripped one of the secondary members of the Wildcats to the ground, but I guess he had a better look at it than I. 49-26 with 27.3 seconds remaining. Bobcats find the end zone one last time here in the game. Now they'll line up to go for 2 here to try to slim it down to a 3-possession lead with 27 seconds remaining. Even if everything went right, I don't think you can come back and tie this one up. Snaps the ball, hands it off to his back, who's met at the line and pushed back. And the 2-point conversion is no good, virtually sealing the victory for the Wildcats. Wildcats will
2-point conversion try fails. Jet Reedy comes
move to 5-3 on the year. 4-3 in conference play. Evart, it's been a minute since they've lost 3 games. If you include playoffs, they haven't lost 3 games since 2021 when they lost
white trash barrels at the bottom of the
first round of the playoffs to
We
McBain.
would greatly appreciate it. Again, we try to keep Tom Smith Memorial Stadium clean. If you could please deposit your trash in those white trash barrels at the bottom of the stairs, we would greatly
But
appreciate it. Thank
playoff
you.
football right around the corner. It'll be an exciting time. And Bobcats, I'm sure, are going for the onside here, just to make it look like they're not going down without a fight. .3 seconds remaining. Duran will just kick it downfield. It's received, picked up right around the 20. Brendan Magnuson runs down the right side, across the 40, 45, and down. With just under 20 seconds to go. Stands looking very thin now.
He's knocked out of
One
bounds by
snap,
number 55,
O'Neal
Duran
from the
Palmer.
Wildcats should take us to the end. What a game it has been. And we've seen a lot of different things coming from Evart here tonight. It's been some good football by this offense. This defense has really shown out. Well, at least in the 3rd quarter, it was really showing out. Maybe getting a little bit of a lackadaisical look here in the 4th. Anderson in the backfield, snaps the ball, hands it off to Vanderlyn, who runs it down the right side, across the 50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, and down.
He takes it down inside the
And with
10-yard line.
9.2 seconds remaining, Wildcats, all they need to do is take a kneel. But right now, they play it, even no matter how much they're up, they play it as if they're trying to run off the score on your friend playing a football video game. That's how they pretty much do it. Clock will resume. 5 seconds, 2 seconds, no seconds. And your final, Everett Wildcats 14, and the Houghton Lake Bobcats 26. Wildcats will move to 5-3, while the Bobcats will move to 4-4. And this win tonight should surely put them in the playoff conversation officially. It's been a very exciting game back and forth. Thanks for tuning in for another regular season matchup of Everett Wildcats football. We'll be back here next week for the regular season finale, as we'll take on the road to Harrison for some non-conference action. And until next week, I'm Jackson Hyde, and you've been listening to Everett Wildcats
score
football.
again. You made a mistake.
And it's again final score 49-26 here at the Osceola Fairgrounds. Wildcats winning it. And until next week, when we come to you from Harrison, I'm Jackson Hyden, and you've been listening to Everett Wildcats football here on B1039.
Sorry, you said Everett 14.
I don't know what's going on.
That's okay. It's the end of the game.
Yeah, it's
Go enjoy.
It's been one of those games. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about